1 second. We're going to fix some technical difficulties already into some shit. Hold on. I always say that you guys don't know when there's technical difficulties. Anyway, welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green. It is Wednesday. You know what that means? Waste Some Time Wednesday live right here, brought to you by Golden Robot Records. And we've got a lot of things to get to today. We've got a lot of business to do. I want to explain some things. If you tuned in last week, you saw I was on the road in Pennsylvania, and it was a little difficult to get as much across that I wanted to. So today we are going to cover a lot of ground. All that and more right after. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there to waste time with that. All right, I want to welcome everybody in the chat. Lots of people piling in. I'm glad you are here. I want to start with a couple announcements, and for those who come in late, they can you guys fill them in on what's going on. So first of all, if you tuned in last Wednesday live, you saw that I was on the road with Stephen PEARCY, had a couple great shows, and one with Quiet Riot and Slaughter at the Mohegan Sun Arena. I can't tell you how cool it was to see arena rock again. I don't know when the last time I've been in an arena and heard, 80s hard rock. It's been a long time, and it was good. Quiet Riot, it was great. I was surprised. I didn't know what to expect. Really good, and they really got that show rocking. And then Slaughter, and then, of course, Stephen PEARCY. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, but I wasn't really able to get across some of the things that I wanted to get to with this channel. And it is freezing cold here in Las Vegas today. By freezing cold, it's probably 55 or so. But I heard they got some snow in some parts, up in the mountains, of course, and then in California, they got some snow. So anyway, I've got my warm attire on for the evening. So I want to point out a couple things that are coming up. First of all, Golden Robot Records is running this singles competition, which I'm hoping you heard about it. Now, singles competition doesn't mean like Tinder. It's not that kind of competition. It's not speed dating, but it is a really cool chance for artists to be seen and to be heard. So what this is about is Golden Robot Records is going to give a viewer of this show a record deal to celebrate my channel reaching 10,000 subscribers. Now, we're not there yet, so there's no contest until we get to 10,000 subscribers. We're closing it at 9,500. Hopefully, by the end of this broadcast, we will be at 9,500. But we got to get to 10,000. And so here's what you got to do. If you have a song, or you have a friend who has a song, or you're in a band, or whatever it is, you're going to go to the website. You have to subscribe to my channel. You want to go to Golden Robot Records on social media, and you want to make sure that you follow them. Okay, these are things that will be checked. Then you're going to go to the website that I'm going to give you right now. It is in the description as well, but it is now in the chat, and it is on the screen. You're going to go to this link. You're going to upload a song. You're going to upload a couple pictures and a brief bio about your band. Contest is open for 2 months. Okay, in 2 months. It's going to close, and we are going to narrow it down to 10 performers, okay? Those 10 final songs will be played on this show, and you, the audience, will get a chance to hear them and get a vote as well. I want to hear what you said. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have this show. So that's the final 10, and then we will have some interesting judges who some are noteworthy musicians, some are producers, some are people in the music industry, and I will begin to start revealing those judges very soon. So anyway, this is a great chance. Someone's going to get a single deal, and they're going to come on this show live with me and Mark Alexander Erber, the president of Golden Robot Records, and then they are going to get a bunch of other media opportunities. They will be featured on Golden Robot's social medias and things. They're putting some money behind it. If the single does well, they'll get a chance at a second single. If that single does well, someone's getting a full-length album deal. So this is a big opportunity. I hope that we'll discover some music. The world needs music, right? And so why not you? I'm talking to you at home. If you're a musician, send in your song. I'm going to get to all of your comments. I know so many people have so much to say, and I want to. Dr. Paul Shortino is here as always, and I'm sorry he pulled a muscle while trying to touch a rainbow, but we wish you well. And here we find out that there were a few snowflakes. I'm assuming that's not a stupid political term by the South Point. So anyway, let's see here. Someone has a recommendation. I'll put my glasses on for that. Let me give you my intelligent look. Jason, I have a recommendation. Use the community section to post stuff on YouTube. I mean, that sounds great. I don't even know what that means, though. I don't know what that means. But help me. You guys do the posting. Okay, hold on. And yes, rest in peace, Amazing Jonathan. I had never seen the Amazing Jonathan, but he was a staple here in Las Vegas. He probably lived longer than people expected. He was having health problems for quite some time. Of course, I saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I did not see the bullshit remakes, but I did see the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Does anyone watching know who the narrator was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? There's got to be someone here who knows. It's a good trivia question. The person appeared on an incredible, I wouldn't say incredible, but on a very famous sitcom. All right. So tell me who the narrator was, and then tell me the sitcom he was on for bonus points. I'll just sip my beverage while you guys think about it. I got to keep moving because we got a lot to talk about. So while you do your Texas Chainsaw Massacre research, I'm going to go on to the next thing. And then we got some other shit. Here is the answer, and it is correct. The answer is Night Court. It is John Larroquette. John Larroquette of Night Court got his start as the narrator in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, fun fact. There you go. You guys know your shit. Fun fact, right? Where else can you get that? You think Eddie Trunk? Eddie Trunk had Sebastian Bach on today yapping about Canadian bands that nobody cares about. You think they were going to talk about Night Court? I don't think so. Okay. This Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I am doing a virtual meet and greet with Stephen PEARCY. This is the first of its kind. And you get to come online, get to ask Stephen questions, and you can also get autographs. He's going to have all kinds of cool memorabilia, okay? And I think this is going to be a really fun event. I want you to support me in doing this because I want to do more. My idea here is that I will bring some of your favorite guests on the show to do these virtual sort of in-stores. And so if people wonder, how do I know if this autograph is real? Well, because you're going to watch them sign it for you, okay? I'm putting a link in the chat right now. If you go to Whatnot, right, and you use the link that I just put in the chat, it's also in the description, they're going to give you $10 off your first purchase. So whatever you buy on Saturday at the Stephen PEARCY virtual meet and greet, if you use that code, sign up with that, you're going to save $10. And he's going to have all kinds of cool stuff. Going to have lots of vintage photos, CDs, T-shirts, all kinds of memorabilia. Like I said, this is a kind of a new thing, a first of its kind. And after you sign up with that code, and they give you your free $10, which take it. It also supports me and supports the channel. Then you're going to get to go to the meet and greet, which is right here. Nothing costs any money. In fact, they are giving you $10 to go. So that's the link on the screen right now. You go to Whatnot, and I'll be there. It's going to be live from Stephen's house, and we're going to have all kinds of cool items. You'll have a chance to chat with him. You'll have a chance to purchase some signed memorabilia, have it personalized to you, and then we're going to ship it out to you. So I want to make sure you guys, whoever's watching, it's this Saturday, the 26th, and so make sure you take part in that. Please follow the link and get your free $10. And after that, I'm going to have a lot more of these signings. I know you want to see more of the people on this show do these things, and I want to sort of be able to bridge that with you guys. So that's those things. I'm going to remind everybody again, especially those who are a little bit tardy. Other things go well. And then I'm going out of town Sunday. I'm taking part in a top secret documentary. It is for Netflix. And I don't really think I can say anything else about it. I believe there's an NDA involved, and but it is from the people who made the Lion King. Lion King. That's all I can tell you. I can't really tell you much else about it, but they're flying me out and sending a limo and putting me in an expensive hotel and treating me like the important person that I've always thought I was, until life kicked me in the balls and reminded me that everything sucks. So anyway, that's coming soon. That's an exciting project. Now, we're talking about we're talking about life sucking. You know, that's definitely always a theme. But I wanted to make sure that we pointed out that we have some really cool judges involved in the Golden Robot Records contest. And I was hoping that you would like to say hello to them. Speaking about life being miserable, here is Johnny Monaco.
Hey. Hi.
I see you have your fiddle there.
Yeah, I'm just moving some stuff around. Someone gave me this Kettle One, like a little bottle of it.
Cat tranquilizer?
Kettle One. Yeah.
Kettle One.
Same.
I mean ketamine, yeah.
And it's cucumber mint. I didn't see that on the label. I just thought it was regular. Oh my God. I almost threw up. I just wanted something to get my vibe. And last time I just stubbed my toe. It worked great. But this time I figured I would take a little snoot. And it was probably the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life. It was like toothpaste and a cucumber. And I started getting like, my mouth started like I have something. Maybe I'm allergic to cucumbers.
This was just here right now in the afternoon. Yeah, you had a little Kettle One.
Yeah, just now. I just like, what can I do to get ready for this? And I noticed I trimmed my eyebrows because I want to be more concerning looking. And I didn't have anything else. I moved some guitars around. I don't know. Put a light back there. But
is it cold in your deluxe apartment in the sky?
No, I got the window open a little bit. I got the drapes shut. Yeah,
it's cold out. What about your fat neighbor with no shirt who likes to sit outside and smoke?
Oh my God, that guy! I'm so finished with him. He goes out there all the time. He's out there with a jacket on and a hat.
Well, it's cold.
He's not out there now, but it is kind of cool. It actually snowed. Someone told me it snowed here today. I didn't see it.
It did. I believe more up by South Point they had some flakes. And how about up in the mountains? Can you see the mountains from your house?
I mean, yeah, maybe. Let's see. Let's take a look. I mean, I can see the South Point from here. Mm-hmm. See the mountains? Here, turn this camera on.
What a beautiful night here in Las Vegas.
So there's the South Point. And then there's is that smoke or is that like, I don't know what that must be the snow, right? I don't know what that is, but there's something going on.
Mm-hmm. It looks like Close Encounters,
right? I don't know if I'm doing this the right way. I probably should be flipping the camera around so I can zoom in, but I get a little nervous when I go near the edge still. I mean,
I would too. Listen, I get nervous that I would drop my phone, that I'll fall, that
too.
The balcony will fall in.
That too.
You're braver than me.
See that security guard way down there in the red?
Mm-hmm.
He's like really serious about his job, and he's like, he walks around like all freaks me out. I was down there in the lobby one time, and I was waiting for somebody, so I was sitting on the very expensive furniture they have down there, and I had my foot on the corner of the edge of the table, and there was nobody down there, no one around, and he comes down with his outfit, and he goes, "Oh, sorry." And he knows me. Call me sir, It's like, sir, you gotta take your foot off there. I'm like, there's so many other things you should be worried about right now. To get in his car. It's freezing out here. Yeah, but he was kind of rubbed me the wrong way. bothers me a little bit now. When I see him, he's always like waving at me and shit.
It's 47 degrees right now. It's going to be a low of 38 tonight. That's cold.
For out here, it certainly is. I know up in the mountains. I know out in Boulder, it snowed. I saw something about Summerlin. I didn't get any snow. I'm like right in the middle, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Well, you're from Chicago, so you're used to, or Illinois.
Yeah, but I don't like. I mean, I like, the seasons, but not for like 5 months of that. Where it's like, oh, you're from New York. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I'm here now. Hold on, K Bear wants me to get you your custard, and and Johnny, here's the funny thing. Last night I said I'm going to call you, and today we'll go and we'll just do the whole show live from the custard stand. But the only problem is I had to get to these plugs, and also it's freezing out.
It's too cold. It's not right yet. It'll be good in a how long out here? Maybe in 2 more months.
I think next week we could be back to custard weather.
No, really?
You know how it goes. It gets hot. It gets cold. Last week was beautiful. But I think what we do is we do the entire show from the custard place. And I think we just keep ordering. These people were nice enough to send money. I think we just order like one of every custard.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we definitely still need to do that. And it just hasn't been nice enough out yet. And
maybe we can buy custard for some strangers too and see what they think.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I really want to give them anything, but I do know that the weather out here, even when it could be hot or cold, it encompasses a mood. So even though it's just it's cold out or whatever, it's kind of bland. Then when it warms up and then it gets hot, it makes you feel like you're on vacation, sort of. Do you still feel that? You've been out here a long time, so maybe.
No, I think I still feel that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is. I used to enjoy that feeling in summers in Chicago and summers in LA. So I guess maybe it's just across the board that's just how it feels when it's warm out. You feel like you're doing like something's going on or some energy. Whereas when it's cold and stuff like this, maybe it doesn't feel that way, but. That being said, in fall, that is a very romantic time. So you sort of get that feeling. And have you seen that movie?
Serendipity?
With Jim Carrey? No.
The Mask?
Not Mask.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective?
No. Spotless Mind.
Truman Show?
The Spotless Mind.
No, I don't like when he's serious.
Oh, that was a good one.
And
it's a vibe, you get that feel of that time when they go down to the water and what's it called? Monaco.
Is it in Canada?
It's by New York. It's in New York.
Like Buffalo?
I don't know. But it was an interesting movie, and it was kind of encompasses that weather, cold, fall, but the ocean's there. I don't know why I'm not pronouncing that right.
Johnny, do you ever play the Rib Fest in Naperville?
Yeah.
That's funny that the people know that. I'm going to tell a good story about a Rib Fest. You want to hear one, Johnny?
Yeah, let's go. I hear it.
I like this one. And then I want to thank Indie Cult for contributing because that definitely helps. He wants, can you play a bit of Take You As You Are? But so let's hold on. He'll do that, I think. Can you do that one?
I mean, we always say that the audio is that good, but go ahead, tell your story.
It's fantastic, but I want to announce who's on the show tomorrow, and I also want to tell you this story about the Rib Fest. Which should I go with first, Johnny?
Just do the who's on tomorrow. Get that over with.
It's a good one.
Okay.
The Queen of Metal will be here tomorrow, Friday morning. Not tomorrow morning, Friday morning. The Queen of Metal, Doro Pesch.
Oh,
Doro Pesch. She is fantastic. She is German royalty. She is a legend. She started with the band Warlock. The interview is incredible, and I want people to know that if you're a Patreon of mine, the interview, they're already watching it. My Patreons already have it. They watch it ad-free, and they're enjoying this interview with Doro Pesch that everyone else has to wait for. So if you haven't signed up for my Patreon, now's the chance. Doro Pesch is great. You would like her, John. She's really funny.
She sounds wild.
She says that she is not going to take a partner in life. She's married to the metal. That's what she told me.
Ah,
It's a very exclusive, candid interview. Where are you going? I'm going to tell you a story about the Rib Fest.
I'm listening.
Right.
I'm just don't know.
You're browsing. I get it. This story comes to you courtesy of Reb Beach. I don't know if I'm not supposed to tell it. I don't really care. I don't think he's watching. So Reb Beach had a solo band in his hometown of Pennsylvania, and this guy kept sending him tapes that he was a singer, and he thought that that he sang really good, but this guy kept following him around town. He figured out Reb's license plate or something, found out where he lived.
What?
And he left tapes at the door. And one time he knocked at the door, and Reb looked out the peephole, and he did not see this person. And the reason is he was a little person. He was a little person, like Peter Dinklage. And I was trying to get Reb to tell me the story forever. And he told me at the M3 festival, we're sitting in a car, and he finally gave it to me. Anyway, and it's going to pay off. So
Okay.
I thought, well, I'm not going to have a little person, front my solo band, but then he decided to be, equal opportunity. The guy can sing. He's great. I'm gonna try it out. So they went and they played a Rib Fest. And at the Rib Fest, the guy comes on stage, and he's a little metal guy, and he's rocking. And all of a sudden, Reb breaks a string. And as you know, he uses a Floyd Rose, and it's not the easiest thing to change the string. And so Reb goes behind his amp, and he tells the singer, stall. Right. And Reb kind of, he bends down behind his amp, and then the little person, singer, I wish I knew his name, he says, how many of you motherfuckers like to eat the ribs? Right? Reb's behind his amp, and he comes back up looking around like, holy shit, what did I get myself into? And this was an all-ages family event.
I love it.
And people just start dropping their ribs, and they can't believe it. Reb tells it better than me, and he's definitely got some of the best stories of anyone.
Was that guy from Missouri?
Who?
The little person.
I don't know. I didn't catch his number.
I know someone from Missouri that fits the bill, and
it's possible then.
It's so possible. No, I've been to that Rib Fest. That was about. It's just the parking and then you got the people. I like the ribs. You could taste a little bit of each one. It was only about like 25 minutes from my house, right down the street. And I would go there, but it's the people, and you got to, you're walking around with your ribs, and each plate is like $10. So if you want to try like a bunch, but I liked it. I remember. I mean, all the bands play there, right? I think a bunch of bands have played there. I
bet you Morrissey doesn't play there.
Mm-hmm. They're big. They like Morrissey out there. I know that.
He doesn't like ribs. He doesn't like ribs.
He doesn't?
Oh no. He won't. He won't play venues where they serve meat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They serve
meat for something.
They serve meat at most venues? I didn't know that.
I think so. Hot dogs and.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well.
So, Johnny, what is the song that this gentleman was requesting?
It's on my overrated CD.
Oh, good. We won't get sued for that. How about a verse and a chorus, Johnny?
And actually, they sent me back a CD, and I have it in the box and everything ready to go. So if someone wants to buy that CD in the box, ready to go, with that song in it, I will do that. Because it's.
How do they get a hold of you?
Huh?
How do people get a hold of you?
Oh, just flash the light in the sky. Mm-hmm. The shape of a.
Everyone knows where you live.
Yeah, no, they can just email me. They can find me online and just go to my Venmo.
Johnny's got all kinds of cool stuff. He's got CDs. He's got guitar picks and things. I want to do one of these virtual things with him, depending on how Steven does. But Steven's the guinea pig for the big Johnny Monaco.
Oh, right, yeah. That's a good idea. So what is that again? Tell me what that is again.
On Saturday, I'm going to do this thing on the Whatnot app where I'm going to be at Stephen Pearcy's house, and he's going to sign memorabilia for whoever wants it.
And like an auction, like they just tip or they pay right there.
Yeah,
it's like a Jerry Lewis thing, or
it's like, well, not like a Jerry Lewis thing. I don't think it's like the Nutty Professor, but it's like a virtual
telethon.
Oh, yeah, he did that, right? Yeah. No, it's a virtual meet and greet. It's like an in-store. You come over and you pick shit up and you get it signed. But we want to do it with you as well. But he's testing out the kinks because he's more patient than you. But anyway, people should contact you and get your music. Everyone wants to hear a little bit of this, so give us a little.
I don't know if you can hear the guitar.
I hear it just fine.
We went through. You can hear that? Yes.
It's a little soft.
I don't know how else to do it.
It doesn't sound like
what I need are microphones, and I need it to be plugged in the right way. But I'm going to try to. Is that better?
That's better than it was.
It's your eyes getting by, eyes are open wide, tears are running down, school's far away, living alone, all begin to rise, on the way you said you're sorry, as the flicker on the candlelight fades, to another day, you should have gone away, I shouldn't even gone alone. All I wanna do is drink at the bar. I don't wanna get on the phone. Or maybe on your own and dance with my friends. It's okay that I sing the song. I never should have gone away. I never should have gone alone. I will take you as you are. I'll take you as you are.
Very nice. I think the answer is unplugging the headphones next time. That's my guess.
Oh yeah, right.
I think that's
you're right.
I think but right. But listen, they didn't. No one pay. Oh no, he did pay for that. So, but we appreciate it, and it'll go to Custard. Johnny's got great music, and I think it'd be fun to do one or an acoustic guitar. Johnny, do you have an acoustic? Do you not play acoustic guitars?
Yeah, all the time. Got one right back there.
Yeah, next time maybe do that.
That's what I was going to get, and then
the rib story.
I didn't know if it was going to work.
Yeah. So Johnny, talk about, you've got some shows coming up again. Your solo shows, all the Vegas shit. Who cares? But you're playing the Aces and Ales, right?
Yeah. There's a show coming up. I just played a couple over there, and now
this is the third of the residency, the third one.
That's right. And it's I want to say March 12th. It's a Saturday. And then right before that, I have to play Container Park, which I've never been to.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to play right up till 8 and then get in the car and then go over there. So I might have to go there and set up first and then go play the gig and then go back. I don't know. So just so I'm not so late.
And if people come out, can they request songs? I mean, your songs?
Oh, at my gig? Yeah. I mean, the first time it was really good. People got it. They were all into it. The second time there was a party going on there. So it was a little different, like on the one side. And the people on my side, they weren't, I don't know if they were not listening or not. Some were. I had tables come up to me and tell me they liked it a lot. And they liked the song selection. But it was just kind of a weird night. And then, that happens anywhere though. We do. Yeah.
Johnny, somebody mentioned Anvil, and I thought they were talking about Avril, Avril Lavigne. And earlier today, I watched this Avril Lavigne music video. You know who she is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's cute. She's got to be like 40 years old now, I think. And she looks exactly the same as she ever did.
Oh, yeah.
And she's got a new song. It's called Bite Me. And I watched this music video, and I don't know if anyone's seen it, but it's a very odd video. So it's her. Here's the premise, the way I see it. This is how I interpreted it. It's her and the jackass from Blink-182.
Yeah.
The one who bangs the Kardashians. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Travis Barker, him.
Yeah.
And so the plot, I think, this is what I got out of it. And maybe you can watch it and see if you get the same thing I get. But the plot I get is this guy breaks up with Avril Lavigne. He probably cheats on her, and she's mad. And so she decides that she's going to come to his house, and she's bringing Travis Barker with her, right?
Okay.
And they're both put on their leather jackets, and I think they're supposed to look intimidating, but to be honest with you, they look like if you're a shark, you're a jet to the whatever the fucking West Side Story is. They didn't look that, but whatever. They look a little bit like Lenny and Squiggy. But
okay.
So they put on their tough punk face, this one, and then they get these people. I'm going to be honest with you, mostly black people, dressed in tutus, and they're very big. They're either muscular or they're fat, and they have sledgehammers, and they're mostly black. They go over to the ex-boyfriend's house, and they break in, okay, and they just start destroying the guy's house with sledgehammers. These big black guys in tutus, and then Avril Lavigne and whatever is Travis Barker, they start playing music, and I guess her ex has a drum set, and Travis Barker sits down and says, "I'll show you," and he starts to play the guy's drums, but really unruly. He's really hitting them hard, and I think it's like some kind of bizarre like cuckold thing, maybe. I don't know. Like, I mean, not that we know anybody who's into that, but what if like the idea is like you cheated on me, and now I'm bringing Travis Barker over, and he's going to play your drum set, and these big guys, mostly black guys, in tutus with makeup all over them, like dirt, like oil, they're going to break your house. They're going to break your possessions with sledgehammers, and this is all because you're going to wish that you made me your wifey. And then she holds up her finger, the wifey, and I don't know. I don't know what I was watching. And the song, maybe it's a little catchy, but I don't think this is a good message to send to the kids. If a guy cheats on you, or I'm just guessing that's what he did, or breaks up with you, bring a bunch of guys to his house with sledgehammers, destroy his property, and then have Travis Barker play his drums. There's not much more insulting. I mean, next thing you know, it'll be like, I'm going to bring CeCe DeVille over to your house, and he's going to play your guitar, and serious shit.
Sounds serious.
But anyway, you guys can check this video out. It's got 700.
I got to see it now.
I think I sold it pretty well. It's got 700,000 views, amazingly enough. And anyway, but Johnny, what I also want to talk about is I want to talk about the Golden Robot Records. They have the new releases that they send me every week, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really listen to too many of them, but I should, and it's not because I just forget. I don't listen to music, but they got this thing out called Hardcore Superstar, and it's called Fighter, and I hear this is really good. I don't know. I got to listen to it. Everybody says that this is kind of cool rock music. I don't think they're American, but if you like Hardcore Superstar, this week on Golden Robot Records, Fighter is available. Then a lot of people are talking about this thing, and I'm going to say it wrong, Chloe Trujillo and Rav Medic. This is getting a lot of attention right now. Chloe Trujillo, I hope I'm saying that right, is the wife of Robert Trujillo. I hope I'm saying that right, who is the bass player for Metallica, more importantly, Suicidal Tendencies. This record is getting a lot of attention, and it's called The Heaviest Sound is Silence. That is also available this week from Golden Robot Records. And those are the ones I'm familiar with. There's all kinds of cool stuff. There's something called The Chase, I'm the Man. The Now, Holy Lucky Man. That's a double release. So my goal is I'm going to do some homework, and I'm going to listen to some of this stuff. And then let's see, upcoming release, Hot Shell Ray, Stupid Song. It's a single. I've heard it. That's actually kind of fun. Hot Shell Ray was a pop band. They had a song called Tonight, 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 Something, Something Tonight. And then it goes, whoa, whoa. Can't beat a song with woes in it. And then Ghost of Sunset, No Saints in the City, featuring Johnny Monaco on a guitar solo. Those are all available right now. on Golden Robot Records. And March 11th, Jizzy Pearl, my good friend who I spent some time with, wasted some time with, he was on the bill in Pittsburgh, wherever, Connecticut. And he gave me a tour of catering. You know, Johnny, this was an arena show. They had catering. And
I love catering.
Yeah, and Jizzy was nice enough to give me the tour of the catering, and that will be coming up in a upcoming RATT tour diary. Now, somebody spent some money, and so I want to make sure that I address that. The person's name is Brain. It's not spelled the right, but whatever. Johnny, what happened with the parking garage security footage the building people wanted to talk to you about?
Oh, geez. You're such idiots. I just ignored it, much like they do when anytime I get a package delivered to the front desk. Who could play at that game?
Explain, Johnny, because I don't think people know what you're talking about.
No, I had a show at Aces and Ales, and ironically, I didn't come home drunk. So it was very, but I did have a whole pizza, and they gave me a pizza to eat. So I brought the whole thing home, and I had her in the car, like across the seats. The head fell off, the leg was sticking out the window, because I didn't want to break it all down. So I just want to get out of there. So I drove it home. And when I got home at 1 in the morning, I had to pick her out of the car and, carry it into the building.
Right.
And there's cameras, and the camera caught my my entrance to the building without missing a head and no arms. So I mean, if they can't tell what's going on by that, and they really want,
this is your story.
And they said, you know what, we I posted it on my page. They said we need to talk to you, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, I need to talk to you about me not having water draining in the bathtub, but I already gave up that fight after 4 times. So whatever we need to talk about, unless it has something to do with the sheer amount of pot smoke that vaporizes this entire floor, and the garbage cans being slammed at 6 in the morning, your employees pulling out of here at 6 o'clock with their crappy pipes, and the guy smoking cigarettes. I can go on and on. Unless it has anything to do with that, me and her aren't coming to your meeting, because they wanted both of us to show up. And she's like, I'm not going. I'm like, I don't blame you.
So this is outstanding still?
Yeah, I'm not going to that. They don't even have it together down there. They probably forgot already.
Let me ask you a question, Johnny, and I don't know if you can talk about this. I don't think you're supposed to. Did anyone noteworthy come to one of your shows last weekend?
Oh, Phil Lewis came to one of my shows, and
so much for secret.
He just said he wanted to come out. He wanted to get out. They went out to dinner earlier prior to that, and he stopped in for a few. I was right in the middle of I don't know, some crazy song. Oh, I sang Immigrant Song, and then some other songs. Bunch of there was like a party going on of male adults wearing banana shirts, and they're having a good time.
So you're telling me you were playing at a casino, and
Mandalay Bay.
Phil Lewis from the band that you quit, right?
Okay, I parted ways. Yes,
this is the guy we're talking about.
That's right. Yeah, he came out, and I really like
that
guy.
guy.
She's super nice. Yes, he
Was
wasn't
wearing anything remotely as attractive as that.
He looked really cool. He had something going on here. And,
oh, wait, hold on. He looked cool.
I thought so.
Like one of these guys.
Well, that's a whole different. That might have been a holiday. I don't know what was going on there, but he came out. And he sat there for a while, and then on the break, I went and we talked a little bit, and it was great. And I went back up and had to play for another 3 hours.
What did you talk about?
Just thanks for coming. How's it going? And he said it sounded great. And what else did we talk about?
Did he mention at any point that Tracy Guns is no longer going to play with other guns?
No, he didn't say that. And I saw Tracy post something about summer. So I think they're in full force. I mean, I think they're just waiting for summer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I don't know, but he didn't say anything. So I think they just wanted to get out. And I had told them prior that where I was playing, and I didn't expect him to come out or anything, but he did, and it was fine.
Does he know? Has he ever heard you sing Oliver Twist?
No, but he said that he may have heard that actually. So he may have heard that. He did say though that we sounded good, and he didn't realize I could sing like that.
He meant you, the band.
Yeah, right. That we were playing. I was playing with Mission to Rock as an all request live band, and people are. I think we just played prior to that. We played Seek and Destroy, which. I don't really know. I have to like really learn these songs because just, everyone knows how they go, but to know all the chords and know the arrangement, everything, kind of got to have it together, So I'm every time I go to one of these gigs and I kind of lean on the leader there to like get me through it. I'm like, well, I got to learn that one. So I go home and I try to figure it out best I can and try to remember it because there's so many songs. Crazy. It's fine.
Somebody in the chat believes, his name is Jason. Let's be honest, face it. Phil's scoping you out because he knows that you're going to have to replace Tracy.
You mentioned that before too, but I didn't sense any of that.
Somebody also says that LA Guns is ready for a summer Ribfest tour.
Well, that could be right. I mean,
Johnny,
a lot of bands do that.
Are you familiar with a Rat song called "You Got It"?
Why don't I know that?
It's an old one. It might be on the EP or the first album. I think it's on the EP. Anyway, but "You Got It." LA Guns later ripped it off and called it "Sex Action." Same song.
I sort of remember that.
Yeah,
I'm looking right now through my. I have it. I have it.
If anyone's watching at home, I'm sure you know that you guys know that LA Guns stole that from. Yeah. Someone wants to know if you got to sail in his pirate ship. That's a good question. Did Phil invite you on? Were you invited in the pirate ship?
If it fits in the parking garage, I mean, I don't know. I think the car. But I've seen other pirates take ships, so it's possible. I don't think
Wayne is concerned that he missed the first 30 minutes. Wayne, I'm going to sum up the first 30 minutes of the show for you, okay? We're having a contest sponsored by Golden Robot Records. We're looking for the best song to get a record deal. 10 finalists are going to be evaluated. Johnny Monaco is one of the judges, one of the panelists on it. And I'm doing a virtual signing with Stephen PEARCY. All the information in the description this Saturday, 3 p.m. You can come and virtually meet Stephen PEARCY, get autographs, all those cool things. I'm taking part in a top secret Netflix show from the makers of the Lion King show. I can't talk about anything else. That's this weekend. I told you a story about Little People and Ribfests and Red Beach. Johnny attempted to bring a disemboweled body in his building. They got it on security, and they want him to attend a meeting. He's not.
Stupid.
And he also performed one of his songs, which was a great song. It would be better if you could have heard it. And then and then also, you're freezing, Johnny.
Is it me?
I think so.
Should I sign off and sit back on?
Yes. Phil Lewis sabotaged your internet. All right, he'll be back. Anyway, that's the first half hour. And we're finding out now that if you guys know the Rat song, You Got It, you also know that Sex Action ripped off You Got It. But things like that happen all the time. It's not that big a deal. Yes, well, you're very welcome, Wayne. I'm happy to give you the recap. Also, we were gonna go to Love It Custard to broadcast today, but it is very cold here in Las Vegas, so we could not go. On tomorrow's show, Friday's show, Doro Pesh is going to be here. She is the queen of metal, and she will be here. If you're a patron of mine, you are already watching that. Okay, here we go. Let's see how Johnny's doing. Johnny, you're back.
Does that sound better like this?
It sounds fine, but at least you're moving. But there people are concerned that you lost your internet because the security guy's after you.
No, I don't think either of them have the know-how to infiltrate my security on my internet. Here we are. We're back.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. But listen, I think it's great though that Phil Lewis came out and he watched you and he realized that you're a talented singer. I'm not sure where he's been all that time, but maybe he's never heard you sing metal. That Phil Lewis came out and he.
Oops. I don't know what it was. It wasn't really my best. Starting that night, I started feeling like some burning in my lungs, and then I found
like tuberculosis.
Just like that.
Doro Pesch had tuberculosis at age 16. She beat it to become the queen of metal. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it was. I hope it's not tuberculosis, because if I die here, my spirit will stay here, and I got to get out of here. So, I mean, if I'm trapped here forever, I will ghost them hard. No, ghosting would be a few. I will haunt them. So I just had some burning going on in my lungs, and it was just starting. So we played all these tunes, and then I always sing. We did Tom Sawyer, and then we did Immigrant Song, and that one's kind of got some stuff going on there. I got to get pretty high. I did okay. And then when I came home, it got worse. I woke up the next day, and I found these nano strands, alien. I don't know what it was. They're like on my desk, and I noticed them there before. And I looked down, and I'm like, "What are these little curly little hairs?" And they're not me. I mean, they're really fine, and they're very small, and they were twisted into like shapes. So I'm like, at first I brushed it off onto the floor like I would, like, something that I ate for dinner. It's a rental. And but this time I'm like, that's weird that I brushed those off and they're back. I'm looking around. I'm thinking, where could that come from? There's nothing around this area except there's a vent up there. So I'm thinking maybe. So I zoomed in with the camera. And when you get in there, like really tight, it looks engineered. Like wire with like strands sticking off. So I took a photo of it. I put it on my Instagram and on my Facebook page because I keep waking up at nosebleeds. So a couple things could be happening here. First of all, when I lived in the basement, people made fun of me. I wasn't being experimented on. So thank you, Las Vegas. I think that either it's coming from somewhere. I hope I'm not breathing it in because they're so fine. It wasn't like a shaving from a wire, but it sort of looked like it could be that. Like when,
Are you properly hydrated?
I mean, I think I am. I don't know.
I don't know if you are. Because the nosebleeds come a lot. That happens a lot here in the Southwest, but you got to drink excessive amounts of water.
Maybe I need to do that more. I mean, I got to start drinking more water because every morning I wake up, I have nosebleeds, and then I get it to where nothing's coming out, and it's still
maybe some nose drops too.
I just bought some. Yeah, saline.
Yeah. Or just go down to the adult shop and get the KY and lube it up.
KY.
Yeah.
No,
people are scared about your. Yeah. You could lube that too. People are scared of your air ducts and your heating ducts. That's what people are worried about.
Well, there is one up there, and I wanted to get up there immediately with the vacuum cleaner, but I don't have a way to get up there. I don't have a ladder that goes that high. And I could build like a pyramid out of furniture, like in Poltergeist. But if I fall, and I got up there once before when I had some more stuff here. I had to like balance all these tubs, and I'm like up there, and it's like going like this. But I need to get the vacuum cleaner up there. So, I mean, if you got a ladder, I mean, I'll pick you up. I mean,
no, I'll be by. I'll be by later.
Ladder, right?
This person, I don't know, they're saying that Doro has a very heavy German accent. That is true. Doro is a lot of fun. Doro sounds a lot like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think Austria and Germany are very similar. Anyway, she likes to say fantastic. Everything is fantastic, and And I let her know that I was German because I wanted to make sure, that I was safe. And then I let her know that I grew up in New York City because a lot of people don't realize that Doro also lived in New York for a lot of her career, especially when she was working with Gene Simmons. She actually kept a house there. It was wiped out in the hurricane, sadly. But she's really one of the most uplifting people I've interviewed. When I talk to people, as you know, I really don't like anyone, and I really don't give a fuck, and really, I usually get angry, and that's that. But she, I was going to tell her, I was really good. I was thinking about hanging myself, but after this interview, I'm ready to create something massive. She's very uplifting, very inspiring. She's had an incredibly tough life, and yet she loves to make metal music, and she's very sweet. And she told me that she watches this program. And I thought she was bullshitting, but she told me, she goes, "Oh, I love the interview with Un Bang Tango. They have so many problems." And she was laughing at Bang Tango's problems. And I realized, who isn't, but I realized that for a musician, you watch these interviews and you go, of course, all these people are idiots. The audience is watching it and going, oh my God, Bang Tango screwed up. But if you're a musician, you've already been through 4,000 bands like Bang Tango that are try being in Enough's Enough, right?
Yeah, it's.
Oh boy, he got offended. Michael Schenker, yes. Klaus Meine, for sure. She's great. I really I couldn't say nicer things about her. Really mean that. Yeah, could not. And I hope you'll all tune in 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, I try to tell her like it is. I think we watched this thing because, and she is beautiful, by the way. I left that out. I believe she's 57 years old, and she looks great. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to read everyone's questions while Johnny. He should get a humidifier. That's true. Hold on, here he is. You're right there, Johnny?
Yeah, I don't know. You think I would have this down by now?
I still don't have it down. I've been doing this for 31 years.
There needs to be a better way to set up. I wanted to set it up with a mixer and a microphone. I got it right here. I just, for some reason on this platform, I don't think it lets you do that, or maybe I'm doing something wrong, but we need to do a test one day.
What is it that you'd like to do?
I want to come out of the mixer into this.
Now you're talking that high tech talk.
So the iRig is the converter. I want to come off the mixer into here, right? So I could put my microphone, which I have a microphone right here, which is what we should be using. A microphone, and then headphones, like regular headphones, and then my laptop if I want to do sound effects, or perhaps, play some music while we're talking. Applause.
Well, this sounds like something that we should talk about at the production meeting. Johnny, a lot of people have problems with Jizzy Pearl. Tony in our chat, and he's a nice guy, he just hates Jizzy Pearl. In my last interview with Jizzy Pearl, I said to him, a lot of people hate you.
Oh, jeez.
And I said, people think, but I think they're misunderstood. And I do, because I'll tell you, I really like the guy. And he also hates everyone. But I think that he's a good, guy. He is very standoffish in a sense, but I like him, and he's very good in Quiet Riot. But anyway, I want to read a little bit of the comments that I see floating around on the internet. And by floating around the internet, you sent it to me. Where'd it go? Didn't you send it to me?
What?
Maybe it wasn't you. Oh, no, I got it. Somebody else sent this to me. Hold on. I'll set this straight. This is floating around on the internet. This is somebody's blog or something, and they're very upset about Jizzy Pearl. And I'll give the guy a plug. His name is Vulcan Presents Metal. Tony, is that you? Anyway, he wrote, and this is the picture. He wrote, "I need a warrant to kick this dude's ass, Jizz Pearl." And then he tagged him. I think that's illegal, by the way, to even say. "First, you think you're as good as Stephen PEARCY. You're not, you fifth-rate rock star. That's the real fifth-rate rock star. And then on Waste Some Time with Jason, And by the way, it's called Wasting Time with Jason Green, but okay, whatever. You have the nerve to talk shit about Robin King Crosby. You're not going to get away with this, dude. To quote the band you love to diss and respect, you're what I am after, motherfucker. Yeah. This is a threat.
I don't think that's a guy.
Oh, you think it's an angry girl?
I think we've met her before.
You, really?
Yep. And I think it was at the whiskey.
We met a girl we met a girl at the whiskey
Prior to the show. Remember, some girls couldn't get in?
No.
You don't remember?
No.
She's very nice to me. They were funny. They were sitting at the Rainbow, three of them. They loved the podcast and they thought you were super funny, and they knew me from the show and some other stuff.
Why didn't we give them tickets?
Because they didn't have their vaccination card.
Oh. That's a whole nother issue. But how would I know this? I was working.
Come on.
I mean, that's what they call it.
No,
I don't get paid.
No, I guess you had spoke to them earlier. I think they told me, and that you were going to try to do something. But lately, when you go to these places like in LA, not only do you need to show your card, but they send someone out to taste your blood to make sure you're not infected with whatever the city runs rampant with in that town. Mostly guy, man, dudes, semen. I don't know exactly what they do, but they somehow do a litmus test and they test your blood, and then they tell you, well, you can come in, or you can't come in. I got in.
Well, here's the interesting thing. First of all, I didn't meet any girls. I didn't promise any girls anything. So I don't even know what that is. But maybe you could tell me off air. But I didn't meet anybody. But I mean, listen. Yes, they do check for vaccinations or whatever there. But I don't know. I don't think women know who Robin Crosby is, and that is why I think this was a man. But they're very upset. But I heard what he said about Robin Crosby. I'll sum the story up, but if you haven't seen it, if you watch it, he said that he used to go to the Forum Club because the drummer for Love Hate, his father knew Jerry Buss, and they'd get to go into the Forum Club. And a fan went up to Robin Crosby and was nervous and said, "I love your new album, Reach for the Sky." And Robin Crosby looked at him and said, "It's a piece of shit." So, but how is that disparaging? How is that disparaging Robin Crosby? He just told a story, and then he told a story about somebody who was really an asshole, but he doesn't say who the person is. I know. But anyway, it's misunderstood. I think maybe Jizzy fucked somebody's girlfriend or I don't know, but people are very upset.
She was very nice when I met her. They were laughing, and she seemed really in tune to everything and knew all the bands and was really into the whole lifestyle, the scene, more so than but they were, I believe Vulcan presents metal.
You really, no, hold on. You really believe you met Vulcan Presents Metal at the Rainbow?
Yes.
And you think that, can I look up this Vulcan Presents Metal?
I just texted it to you.
Oh, okay.
I made it
I was
easy.
wondering why
I made it super easy. I made it super easy for you.
Oh,
and I've got a couple nice texts from this girl, and she said she loves the show, and she's like, seeing the Styx show is the best. Someone else asked me how Styx was in this right now, and they were great. They're great. What wasn't great were the boomers in front and behind me with their eyes closed and hands in the air like we were at a mega church during Come Sail Away. I mean, it's a great song, but keep it together. You're 55 years old. Stay in your ale. Don't bump into me. Air guitar.
I do recognize this young woman, and yeah, she's very nice despite what she thinks.
Smart too. Smart. She
yeah,
was.
I don't know her that well, I met them at a couple Stephen Pearcy shows. Yes, they are fans of the show, which is great to me. If they don't like Jizzy Pearl, fuck them. As long as they watch this show. But anyway, she shouldn't air threats though. That is so.
Sometimes COVID and everything. Sometimes you gotta let loose.
There's a band called Warrior Soul. Have you heard of them?
Why do I think I have?
They were around back in the day. But anyway, the singer, he broke up with a guy in the band. And the guy in the band said something like, I'm just going to take your publishing and kick you out. And the guy told him, I'm going to come to your house with a baseball bat and hit you over the head. And they put him in jail for that.
Who said that? That wasn't Paul Sortino, was it?
No. I mean, the doctor's here. But no, somebody wants to. I need to get a drink real quick. But somebody would like to know a Ricky Parent story. And listen, he's passed, so I don't want to say anything crazy, but I heard that he had an affection for light bulbs. True?
Oh, that was more Donnie V.
Okay, interesting. Somebody told me that when I was writing a tour diary for a tour that you were on.
I think that towards the end, maybe that happened a little bit, but Ricky was
Did you ever smoke crack from a light bulb?
No, I still am not sure how that works. I'm like, do you smoke it while it's plugged in? Do you need a 35 watt, a 50? There's too many variables for me, but they know how to do it. Very crafty, smart, like a criminal.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't do it. I don't think it's safe. One of the guys who I tour with now smokes marijuana from an apple.
Well,
it's not quite as.
That's a little pretentious. Maybe they do it because they say, "Oh, it tastes like apple," but everything I smell nowadays, it's either got some kind of juice or something in it to make it smell like grape or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. You're lucky you have your sense of smell, though.
Well, it's not what it used to be. I'll tell you. It's dulled for a while. Things still certain things don't smell right.
Tell a story about Ricky Parent while I get a drink.
Okay, well, I don't know if I have any great stories, but
or say a few words.
Ricky, yeah. I came into the band, and he had already been in the band. Took over for Vic Fox, right? But he was always a great drummer. And whenever he'd play drums, and I still can't figure this part out, because it's like a stick and a drum, right? But when he'd hit it a certain way, it would sound like him playing. Some drummers have that ability to do that. And they hit the drum just a certain way, or they loosen up on the stick or something. But he had great stamina, and his pocket was good. And he has a couple kids that I've met over the years, and that they were great. And he was living in Chicago, lived with Chip for a while, and then he had a girlfriend there, and they lived together. Her name was Kate, and knew them together for years. They would come out and come on tours together. And I never really, it's not that we didn't hang out, but when we're on tour, it's like everyone does their own thing. But he was just a really good drummer and real solid. And probably I felt one of the better ones that we had and throughout the whole time. And then when he got sick, it was terrible. And then he couldn't, up to a point he couldn't play. And that's when Randy Scott came in. And then after Randy, Eric Donner was a friend of mine. He came in at the end.
Eric Donner from the Donner Party.
Wrong Donner, but
sorry,
same appetite. But I just, but then, so that was, so I wish I had a story. He used to sleep with his eyes open. That was kind of weird. So that's a story in itself. Freaked me out. Did you ever see that? Someone do that?
Like maybe a giraffe or something.
Yeah, this is sleeping with your eyes open. I'm like, so what are you doing up, man? What's up? Like, are you not gonna talk to me now? You're like, his eyes are open. I think he's.
Hold on, news break. Vulcan Presents is here, and I want to make sure that why do you hate Jizzy so much? Vulcan Presents. It's okay. It's your opinion. You are allowed to. We don't all have to like the same people, but I'm fascinated why it's such a harsh tone. That was so angry, and you should take that down because you don't want the proper authorities or even the improper authorities to find out. And thank you for supporting our show.
What did it say again? Was it that bad? I have to look at it.
It was pretty bad, yeah. But anyway, listen, rest in peace to Ricky. It's so sad at such a young age, and a lot of people really seem to enjoy him and his playing. So,
yeah, I can't believe how quickly that all went downhill, and it was terrible. And without your health, you're really, what are you going to do?
Yeah. You smoke pot from an apple.
Well, I mean, I guess that would be an okay thing. I know people do that.
It might taste good, no?
I've heard of that. I've heard of people doing that. It sounds like a lot of work. You got to make the whole thing.
I think so.
Tunnel it out.
I don't think I could ever do it.
Aluminum foil. You smoke pot?
I like to eat edibles. I don't like to smoke anything.
I tried some of those edibles. Someone gave me some of those.
Uh-huh.
And you don't really know how much you're taking. That's the problem.
Right.
I can't take a whole one, so they gave me this.
Mm-hmm.
This elderberry is a big thing now.
Elderberry's huge. Everybody is talking about elderberry.
Yeah. So this one is in a container. You just pop it open.
I have trouble opening those. They're child safe.
There you just pop it. And
these are going to be gummies.
Yeah. See those in there?
I think I have those.
So I try to get in the middle. So, one chunk like that, if you took the whole chunk, I don't know. I probably freak out. So I've been cutting them strips.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's doing anything.
Here's my thoughts. One, back in the day when chicks would tell you, hey, I made pot brownies, that was dangerous because you could get all the marijuana and THC in one section of the brownie.
That's right.
But now that now that you're going to buy that from a what do you call it?
Dispensary.
Dispensary, they know how to dose it better. But yes, you should take less than more because you can always take more later. Most people go, it didn't do anything in 10 minutes. They take too much and then they get crazy. A half of a gummy is good for someone who doesn't eat a lot of those. I like to dust all that stupid sugar off it. Those are covered in sugar.
I like that part.
Well, that's okay for you, but I'm diabetic.
Yeah.
But they also have these vegan gummies that have no sugar on them as well. But yeah, usually a half is good. I like they have these chocolate chip cookies that are really good, but they measure it, the THC now. Usually 1 10 milligram cookie, you're in good shape. Some people say they wake up and they go crazy and they jump out the window.
Wow.
Reefer madness.
Really?
That's what I hear. I sleep just fine, but I don't do it often. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't even know why I have those. I mean, I've done them. I did them. I don't know if it really did anything. Kind of mellowed me out, and then I went to bed.
Right. But that's good.
Yeah, I don't think it's for some people take them to go out and they drink on them and stuff.
Not me.
I don't know if I could do that.
Couldn't do it. To me, it's meant to go to bed. You take that shit to go to bed. There's all kinds of people who take all kinds of drugs. Anyone who takes upper things, I'm not a fan of. I don't want to be up. I want to be unconscious. To me, the whole fun of taking anything would be to be unconscious, not to be up. I don't want to. I'm already up. I'm already up enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess obviously you could take whatever. If you want to go up, you take the sativa, right? If you want to go down, you take the Kush.
Indica, I guess.
Indica, yeah. I heard them. I don't know what that all means. I overhear it in the hallway.
It's pretentious. I don't know either. I go, give me the shit that'll make me unconscious.
Yeah. Well, if you want that, just go to Taco Bell because I went there the other night and almost shit myself into unconsciousness.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah.
I'm so done with them. I don't care if they're a sponsor. Get your lettuce situation together, okay?
Paul Shortino would like to know, do diabetic people who call it diabetes, like Burke Michaels, say they are diabetic? It's rare I find these comments funny, but I do like that one. I hate that diabetes shit. I didn't know that Brett Michaels did that. Is Brett Michaels like my old Jewish grandma? I mean, Yeah. Anyway, let's say what else? This is your guys' chance to talk. If anyone's got anything to say, let's have it, because otherwise, got to get back to life.
I don't understand that. I don't know what is diabetic.
You get it? Like so it's diabetic, but Brett Michaels, they say, calls it diabetes. And so if he's a diabetes, would that also make him a diabetic? You get it? It's a play on words.
Yeah. All right.
You didn't find it as funny as I did.
I mean, yeah, I get it now. It's, joking around with diabetes is, I mean, I know it's a new world, you got to get your lungs operated on.
Someone's asking about good new music. This is where you find good new music, right here at this link. You actually submit your own. This is the place. You go to this link. You upload. I'm looking at the form myself right now. Maybe we could take people through it. Maybe we can do that. Hold on. Let's take people for a look at this form. Give me a second. This is new to the show. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Can you see it?
What are we looking for here?
Yeah. Here we go. This is the link.
I see it.
You go to this. This is the Don't Waste Any More Time Golden Robot Records and Jason Green Singles Competition. You enter your name, first name first, last name last. Then you enter your phone number. Unless your phone number is 00000, then it's already entered. You enter your email. You enter your location. That is where you're living. You enter your band name and your stage name, either or. Then you tell us a little bit about your music. Don't screw this up. This is kind of important. I don't like people who say it's a little bit of like West Indie rap, metal, funk with a hint of jazz or whatever. Don't do that. Get it together. Then you upload one original MP3 song. By original, it means not LA Guns. And then after that, upload one image of your band. So you're only getting one image. That's it. And then 10 selected bands are going to hear back about their submission. So I think this is a great deal. It really is going to get attention to your band. You're going to get featured on this show, which has 1 million views, and many others. You're going to get evaluated by some really talented people. You're going to hear their critique on it as well. I've talked to some really top-notch people, and there's a few. I'm going to announce them soon. But there's a bunch of cool people who are all in bands that Some of these people have been on the show, some have not yet. And I like to make everything goofy. Johnny, on the other hand, is very serious. But I think we may have a chance of finding some good music. A lot of the artists have written to me and said they submitted. Wouldn't it be great if we find something that kind of is the next big thing? Johnny, you know better than anybody. This industry is full of shit, but also who and how you got in. Sometimes great artists will never get the credit they deserve, yourself included. You have these solo records, and while there's an audience, I feel like it should be much bigger, and that's one of the goals, to have you on the show, that people are exposed to your to your music. But so hopefully we find some bands, that are going to be great, and it doesn't have to be the one who wins. Any one of the top 10. We're going to play all the songs, and people are going to hear them, and so. I can say, and I think we talked about this a little bit, I'm looking for somebody that's marketable. I like a good chorus. Don't bore us, get to the chorus. The Beatles, those guys, they knew how to start the damn song with a chorus. We can work it out or whatever. What's a Beatles song that starts with a chorus?
Oh, I mean,
there's a bunch of them, right?
Yeah, there's, why can't I think of anything right now?
Is Hard Day's Night one too? Yeah.
Yeah, Hard Day's Night, help, right?
Yeah, I mean,
no, help's not. Wow, that's crazy. There are so many, and now I can't even think.
Some of the really big ones. If you're in the comments, you can name Beatles songs that start with. Someone says "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds." Is that true? I don't know if that's correct. Help, we said.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Anyway, I like bands that don't dick around. Rick Springfield once said, he's one of the greats of all time. He said, any story that you can't tell in 3.5 minutes doesn't need to be told. I tend to agree with that. What do you think?
I think the point is to me, yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't like to do that because they think they should hide the chorus or put it in later. It'll be like real different, She loves you. She loves you, yeah.
Yes, that's a big one. Yep. Right to it.
Can't buy me love.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like the point, it sets the tone, right? Maybe people find that old style of writing. Maybe they want to work into it and hide the chorus. And sometimes a Beatle tune will do that. They'll tuck it in, like after a bunch of stuff. But the popular ones that everyone go to, if you hear that right away, I think that's a great. I think it's great, or at least get to the chorus soon.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Maybe someone sends in the type of music that isn't a chorus-orientated hook, but maybe we hear it and we go, "Holy shit, people will like this." So I'm looking for something that other people will like, not just what I like listening to, but is it something marketable? And that goes with looking at a picture of a band too. If I see a bunch of fat slobs with hair pieces, I'm going to let LA Guns know that we're not going to accept that submission. So it's got to be, you got to have something, it doesn't have to, you don't have to be sexy and it, but be cool, have something different. And I just have one vote. It might be my show, but I have one vote. Johnny has one vote. These other people, and like you'll see, it's going to be a diverse panel of people. And I really do hope that we find somebody talented. There's two. Actually, I don't even know if talent is for me. I don't know if that's a requirement. If you got something good, you got something good. So we've got 2 months that this is open for, and
Wow.
I would like to see people. And they told me I got an email from the president of Golden Robot Records. He's a busy man, Mark Alexander Herbert, and he told me it is fucking off. Now I think he's Australian. I think that's really good. Because his assistant told me we're getting a lot of submissions. They speak differently in Australia, but
that's how they speak also at like an EDM club.
Mm-hmm.
They ask me when I come home, they're like, "Was it going off?" I'm like, "I think so."
Yeah, sometimes you're not sure. It's
Well, weren't you there? I'm like, yeah. They're like, so was it sick? I'm like, I feel all right.
I might take a test.
Who's sick? Put your
But
mask
anyway,
on.
Yeah, put your mask on. This is going to be there's no more masks in Vegas. Do you wear yours?
I do, just because to me, this is like,
I do too, by the way.
There's just because they tell you to do something doesn't mean you should.
Mm-hmm.
Much like this whole entire thing. So you got to look out for yourself.
Yeah.
And even though I think I get it like every 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
The other day when I had it, it was either that or nanoparticles enlarged in my lungs. So I have had it enough, but you'd think, oh, no mask, no problem. I'm not doing that, man. I'm still a little leery about it. I know people they've been taking their masks off for months, and some people tell you, yeah, because it's fake and blah, blah, blah. And that masks hurt you, if anything, and, they'll tell you all this stuff. I mean, I understand all that. I'm listening to everybody. I chose to wear the mask. I don't want to get sick. I'm trying to do everything I can to not get sick again because I've already had it twice.
People are disgusting, Johnny. People are disgusting. They sneeze, they stick their hands in their ass, and then they touch the ATM machine. People, they touch the air is disgusting. I wear my mask, and I sanitize my entire body. I submerge it into a tank of Purell every night. And
I don't know anymore, man, what to do. They're all smiling, they're looking at me, and they pretend to like not see the mask when they talk to you because they don't want you to feel like you're the oddball. Like if you spoke to someone with like one arm, you wouldn't stare. You'd be like
a guy from Def Leppard.
But my point is that you would try to not notice the tail if someone had a tail or some kind of other weird thing. So they just kind of
piece.
They gloss over you. They go, so how's it going? And I'm like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, 2 years of this shit. And they're like, so it's nice out today. Yeah, it's fine. I don't really like it here. Okay, well, see you later. Okay, can you hit the button? So, I mean, that's me in an elevator. I've given up because I don't know who to talk to and who not to talk to. Every time I try talking to somebody, they make me feel like that we shouldn't be talking. And then when you don't talk, then they think like, is he going to rob me? Is there going to be rape involved? I'm like, I'm going to rape you. I might. So I don't know.
I wonder if we get flagged for that.
For elevator rapes?
They listen. The algorithm listens with headphones, and then when they hear something they don't like,
I've said I'm not going to do that.
You can't use the, they don't like the C word.
Did we say that?
Not cunt. They're fine with that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, no, you didn't. They don't like that. They don't like, trying to think of another way to say it. The word for, I can't think of how to. I'll tell you later. But yeah, they're very choosy.
I think this guy says purple pants don't help your odds out there.
I watched this movie on the plane coming home with Stephen PEARCY. I watched it on my phone. They put us on United. United is awful. That airline sucks.
Is it? I thought they were good.
I don't like it. So I needed Stephen PEARCY. So I watched this movie on my phone about Jimi Hendrix. And I'm going to sum it up really bad. It was about this festival that Jimi Hendrix played. He died not too long after, and it was in the South. They didn't really have any lights or anything, and the film was undeveloped for 30 years. And
cool.
You look at Jimi Hendrix and you think, I don't know. When I was a kid, everyone talked about Jimi Hendrix, and it was just like, yeah, whatever. But when you look at it, and then you think about what else guitar players were doing at the time, it is like he came from another planet. It really is like, people have made a living doing what he was doing when there was really not others doing. Anyway, it was a good movie. A lot of the songs, though, were the hits. I mean, if you like the hits, it was great. I'm a fan of the Band the Gypsies record, Live at the Fillmore, Band the Gypsies.
Oh,
yeah. I think that's some of the best Hendrix that I heard. And I'm not the biggest Hendrix fan, but this movie was good. And I don't know what it's called, but if you can find it, I recommend it. If you like Hendrix. If you watch Hendrix and compare him to today's players, it's a different thing. You go, well, I've already seen that. You have to stop and say, none of these people were playing like that.
Yeah.
Atlanta Pop, I believe that is the name of it. Atlanta
Plus,
Pop.
he looked really cool. Like fashion
Insane.
sense,
Yeah, insane. Yeah, and the song Machine Gun is incredible. And
of course.
Yeah, and a lot of people are talking about the Ventures documentary. I haven't seen it yet. I would like to. I like the Ventures. It sounds good. We got the Gypsies fans here. And
wasn't that one of the drummers from the Ventures? Didn't he live out here in Las Vegas?
I'm not sure. I know one of them just died not too long ago.
Yeah. And from here, right? He was in the wheelchair for years and years.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think so.
I did an appearance with Joe Esposito, who I work with, and he wrote the song "Bad Girls with Donna Summer," and he sang the song "You're the Best Around the Crack." Anyway, a guy came up to us, and he was in the Ventures, and he wrote "Wipeout." This guy, his name escapes me.
Was it? Yeah, I don't know either. Someone I thought he was from here. Was it Mel Taylor?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I thought it was somebody from living here in Vegas for years and years.
There's a lot of people who live here that you would never know. I was chatting with Dana Strum the other day. I'm not name dropping. I was. And, I'll tell you what I like about Dana Strum. I'll be brief. He's not one of these guys who goes out every night in Vegas. He doesn't really need to be seen. Do you know what I mean? I think there's something good about that. No offense to Sebastian Bach or anybody else, but some of these guys are going to the opening of an envelope. You know what I mean? Like, Look at me at the magic show. Look at me at the ventriloquist show. Look at me, and you know, and at some point, have a little mystery. You know, I'm going to see the Van Halen tribute band tonight, and then I'm going to go see some knuckleheads, you know, play All Request live at Mandalay Bay with my hairpiece on. You know, like I respect a guy who goes, you know what? I play music for a living. There's a venue here in town. I won't name it, but one of the people who works or owns always complains if you don't hang out. How come you're not hanging out? You should be here at this super spreader event. You know what I mean? Where everyone was getting sick. And I think to myself, if I play music, you know, at one point I was playing, you know, 100 and something shows a year. I don't got time to, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, Johnny. It's not all about being seen all the time.
Yeah, make an appearance like that. I mean, if they're busy all the time and they're playing so much, maybe they want to be at home. Maybe if they don't play as much, they'll want to go out a little more. Plus, it's not really a time to go out right now. But I mean,
you wear costumes though when you go out.
That was one time.
That's the time they caught you. Who knows how many times, you know, you're out and about
in disguise.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you some funny Carrot Top stories later.
He's good. He's funny, right? I always see
he's very funny.
Huge picture on the side of the bus when I was driving down the boulevard.
You let me know when you want to go, and we'll go be seen there.
He's all right. Yeah, he's funny. Yeah.
Don Wilson is the member who passed away of the Ventures. Don the Dragon Wilson.
Wrong one. Yep. So was he living in Vegas?
Well, let's find out. These people, this is our research department. How long have we been talking? Hour and 27. All right, we're going to get out of here soon.
In Tacoma, it says Tacoma. That's Washington. Maybe I got some bad info.
Yeah, it's better than getting some bad veal.
I might have the wrong band. You know, I mean, what are the chances that they both, you know, died? This and whoever else I'm thinking of, but I guess it's possible.
And this guy might be right. Maybe the Safaris had Wipeout. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Some guy came up to me and he wrote that song. I thought he was a Venture. Maybe it was a Safari. Who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? It's all the same. It's all the same. You act as if I interview people for a living. You know, what was I drinking?
I don't know. It just I can't.
You ever drink this vitamin water?
What is
Johnny?
that? No.
This one
I've heard of it. Yeah.
This one's called Look. Blueberry hibiscus.
Okay, yeah, hibiscus is a big thing.
Earlier, I had this one, which is called Gusty. It's like a Winnie the Pooh or something. This is watermelon peach.
Oh, that was my nickname in college.
Was it? Interesting.
What I do is I make smoothies now because I have this.
Oh yeah.
This bullet, NutriBullet.
Mm-hmm. I dated a girl that had a bullet once.
And I just go get the fruit and I make it through the week. I just put my bananas and strawberries and apples and oranges, raspberries. There's some blueberries in there. I tried ginger root for a while, but it took too long.
I don't like the taste of that.
It took too long to extract it all. But I make the smoothies, and sometimes I'll put vegetables in there, but it grains it up a lot. It really wrecks it. And then I eat my prepared, those weekly freshly meals that you get delivered. But
you would do that?
Well, I was doing that because I see pictures of myself, and maybe it's because we're getting older or something, but I just didn't like how I looked.
Oh, really? Because I was thinking about trying it.
And I just, I wanted to look a little healthier and just get tone more. I know working out would probably help that a little too, but I'm just too lazy for that. But so I try to eat less. So I've been eating these meals, and they're once a day, right? And then instead of eating a big lunch, I make a smoothie. So I get up, make a coffee, and then, decide on what kind of a smoothie I'm going to have. Mm-hmm. And then probably drink that once and then save what's left and then have it a little later. So throughout the day. And then at night, I have this, prepared. They're all different kinds. There's Indian one. There's, American, Chinese. There's all kinds of different flavors. Really good. They're made well. And you don't have to really cook them, right? Because they're fresh. You don't put them in the freezer.
Well, they're freshly.
Right. Well, you put them in the microwave.
Yeah.
And then you open it up and you burn your skull yourself. Well, you're not supposed to do that. I added that part in. And then it's kind of smaller portions. I always find that I need more. But that's the whole point, is to shrink your stomach and get you down to where you want to be. So I've been doing that for the past couple of weeks, and the price was good because I used to do it and I stopped. So as an incentive, they give you a bonus to come back. It was like $100 off or something. So it made the meals, under $10 a meal.
They taste better then, yeah.
It just made more sense. But now that it's going up because of everything's happening, they're still gouging you with the shipping. It comes out to be about $12.50 a dinner, which is fine, but can you do better for $12.50? Can you get a cheaper one, or
find yourself like rummaging around for snacks, hunting and gathering later? Are you able to be done after that?
I mean, that's the problem. You got to really, you can't do that, or you can. I have crackers, some organic crackers.
I think they call them Caucasians now. I don't think that they're crackers.
And I get like a cheese brick.
Fromage.
And I cut that. I've been eating cheese and crackers sometimes, which that's probably got to stop. And then I have Reese's peanut butter cups, which
people love that.
Tops. I'm not going to sit there and eat like 10 of them. I think if you do those in moderation, if you just sit there and eat that, defeats the whole purpose, right? But I'll usually do one of those. I have Frosted Flakes and no bread or anything. Grapes. I bought some really expensive grapes the other day. I thought they were $3.50. They were in the wrong line, and they were like $7.50. Who buys grapes for $7.50? Like some kind of
Phil Lewis, but he calls it wine.
Well, I just I didn't know. They're pretty good. They're Welch's, so and they're seedless. They throw them in there.
Manischewitz, I believe, is what he likes.
Gin Tanqueray, which I like now. But I don't know. I don't really have a lot of snacks. I bought some shrimps because they were on sale, and I got the shrimp sauce. So I'll lay out some shrimp. I put them in a container with ice to cool them down. So every time you get one, it's like you're at a restaurant. And I this little table I eat off of. I'm not living my best life. But those two things are probably going to come to an end soon, and I'm going to start cooking again or going out. But if you go out, that adds up. Plus, you got to go out. You're thinking all day, what am I going to have tonight? That's half the battle.
Yes. I'm bad. I don't know if you do the Uber thing. A building like that, you might not. I can spend 2 hours just looking at my phone trying to decide what to eat, and then I'm so tired, I walk to the same place and get the same shit again. It's a lot of stress deciding what you're going to eat.
That's what I'm talking about. Half of the day is spent on what I'm going to get. Then you push it off. Next thing you know, it's 6:30 and you got to make a move. So what do? Go to Taco or Del Taco or something?
Mm-hmm.
You got to prepare.
You
got to, make your meals for the week, chop them up, cook them, put them in containers.
Johnny, I checked the weather next Wednesday. It's going to be 81 degrees here in Las Vegas.
Come on.
I don't know how they know that far out, but they know everything. I think next Wednesday, let's give these people what they want. You and I, live remote via satellite from the Custard joint. We'll because I need to diet myself. I'm getting a little fat. And before I go visit Dr. Now, I was thinking we just custard it up. Let's just have every fucking custard we can have. What do you say? Next Wednesday, me and you. Huh?
I'm down for that. I mean, I've been hearing about this place.
If it's good enough for Jake and it's good enough for Warren B. Martini, I think that we owe it to the audience. They've also been giving us money. You know what I mean? And it's been a month or two now, so I'm sure Facebook is ready, or YouTube. I'm sure YouTube is ready to give me a small fraction of that money. I think this is our time. And 81 degrees sounds like a nice day to enjoy Love It Custard. And 81, if you see here, they won the Best in Las Vegas since 1973.
Whoa.
You see some of their awards, right? Don't you? Yeah, there it is. And so let's just see what kind of flavors they have.
I'm looking at this weather forecast right now.
Yeah.
What do you know?
You were getting a second opinion.
No.
So
Just I want to
this
see
is,
when it's going to warm up.
now listen, we can walk up to the window, and each day they have two unique flavors plus vanilla and chocolate. They have a single, a double, or a triple. We should do single so we can have more.
Right.
But so they have their flavors of the month, and then and this is the schedule. Like, so let's just say we wanted to go on Wednesday, which would be the 2nd. They have mango and cherry pie as the specials.
Oh,
Sounds good.
I mean, yeah.
But don't be fooled like I was. This joint has all kinds of stuff. You don't just have to have the two of the day. They got a full menu, and I've examined this very closely. This is the same thing, though. I'm going to lose my mind trying to figure out what to have. They have dairy-free pineapple Dole Whip and lemon Dole Whip, but then I think that defeats the purpose of being in a place that serves custard. They also have small cups, 4 ounces. That way, I think we could try more. And now you can get a 1-topping sundae, or you can get a custard drink, or you can get a 2-topping sundae or a 3-topping sundae. And then we could also get frozen quarts, or quart, as they say, to go. But
Wow.
Anyway, if you look at some of these things, I'm into one of these shakes. Not necessarily the malt, because the malt, that's called concrete. You can make it heavy. And anyway, but look at the flavors they have. Almond chip, apple pie, apple spice, blueberry, blue moon. I don't know what does blue moon taste like?
I don't know. Maybe like the beer.
That's what I was wondering. Butter, pecan, or pecan, depending on where you're from. Cheesecake, cherry pie, chocolate chip, chocolate pretzel, coconut, cookies and cream, death by chocolate. I'm not so sure I want to die by it. Fresh banana nut, Heath bar, mango, maple walnut. Which one did you like? Heath bar?
Yeah, I like Heath bar.
Yeah, okay.
The mango sounds good. I like pineapple.
Yeah, I think those sound good also. Maple walnut, mint chocolate chip, M&M, mocha frappuccino, orange, peach, peanut butter, pineapple, raspberry, rocky road, root beer, strawberry, vanilla. This very berry, and then wild cherry, and then you can also get a float. And if you get a quart, you can get a champagne cherry. Anyway, this sounds fantastic. For those of you who are wondering why the hell are we talking about this Love It custard, it is because Warren DeMartini and Jakey Lee both told me that this is the best spot in Vegas. Jake had been going there for ages. Warren flew in to go see Aerosmith with him, and before it, early in the day, they went to the Love It custard. He liked it so much that he wanted to go back again after. And so everyone tells me that this is what we have to try. And then I said to Johnny, why don't we try it? And I solicited people for money, and then they gave us that money. And if anybody wants to send us some more, maybe we can get a quart. Anyway, so we're going to do that. I think next Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay.
And that'll be the show. And it'll be sponsored by Golden Robot Records. They don't censor my content. They listen. I think Australia loves a good custard too. I don't even really know what custard is. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, yeah, it's not like the soft serve. This is a whole different thing. Custard. It sounds great.
I guess, yeah. I think soft serve is like regular ice cream, but I don't know what custard is. It's a fluffier. Maybe they take some air out of it or put some air in it.
It's gonna be good. I mean, I bet the vanilla alone, or like a cookie dough. When I think of custard, vanilla.
I think we ordered like 4 small ones, and then we try them. You know what I mean? We sample them and see what it's like. We don't have to. No one's going to make us eat the whole thing unless people tip, and then I'll go into a diabetic coma just for $5.99.
Or we could split them and then get like more out of each one.
Yes, that's good. Someone said the custard is made with egg yolks, and it says it's Michelle, so I'm thinking that know-it-all is my domestic partner, who is much smarter than me and has a college education. Egg yolks, that's what we're eating, egg yolks. Well, listen, don't tell anybody. I'm okay with it. But anyway, so I think you're right. Let's split it up. And then I don't know. I might try one of those shakes to go. I mean, who knows? I'm going to shoot a lot of insulin, but I think that the world is waiting for our review of Love at Custard. Maybe Jakey Lee, maybe the only thing he's been right about is Bark at the Moon. Maybe everything since has sucked, although I liked Badlands, so who knows? I'd safe to tell you right now that Jakey Lee is not watching this. I doubt he even has a television set. I told you the first time I encountered Jakey Lee in 20-something years, he came to see Donnie V perform at the Sin City Sinners, and I believe that they were on narcotics, if you will, not just Custard. And I think there was a light bulb involved. But anyway, they love Custard, and who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? And Jakey Lee, I said, what have you been doing all these years? And he says, I whittle wood in an RV. True story. True story.
Whittle. Was he trying to say little?
No, whittle. You know what whittling is? When you you get like a stick and you make like a pocket knife out of it, or a dagger, or like a what do they call it in jail? You know, when you're in you're in jail.
A shank?
Shiv, yeah.
Or shiv?
Yeah, a shiv, or there's another one too, they call it.
I learned that down here, the condo, they throw that word around by the front desk a lot.
Really?
Shank.
They incur a shank.
Shiv.
A shank, yeah. They say Mexicans call it flan, and I'd be happy to flan. Excuse me. If you have a love it flan, I'll go have that too.
Oh, I like flan. I think it's going to be. I don't think the consistency is going to be that thick though.
No, and I don't think they have a variety of like that. So anyway, I think that's so. If you're watching now, we've just made an agreement that we'll do this. We'll go down there. It'll be live. I'll have them create a little art thing. Lee Bishop Designs. That is the artist who brings you all these fantastic things. So that's next week's episode. We're going to have a great time. And I'm excited. I'm not going to eat until I'm going to stop eating tonight and save up my appetite for the custard. And then immediately after we have the custard, I'm going to fast for the rest of the year. And but it's going to be fun, and it's all for you folks watching at home, and you'll enjoy it. Now let's. When will the Frankie Wilsey interview happen? This is a good question. Frankie Wilsey is a very interesting guy. He was in the Sea Hags, which was the first record Mike Klink produced after Appetite for Destruction. There was a lot of hype. He doesn't really want to do the interview, to be honest. He's going to do it. But he always says to me, who cares? He's the most realistic guy I know. He goes, who the fuck cares what I have to say? But he has amazing stories. He's worked with incredible people, famous people, and he is very real about what he says. So he says, I'll come on, but he doesn't want to be seen. He'd rather have the picture and talk. He says he feels more comfortable telling the stories about other people if you can't look at him. I'm working on it. He's going to do it one way or another. And he tells me stories that I'm like, you're telling me these amazing stories, but why don't you tell my audience who would love to hear it? Let's see. Dr. Paul Shortino is making sure I can avoid the diabetic coma. He says they have run-of-the-mill dog medicine that will help me with that. So that is good to know. The Sin City Collector is here, and he that's Jay, my mod, and he's reminding you to go to my Patreon. If you go fast, you'll watch the Doro interview before everybody else, and you get all kinds of cool gifts and fun things. And so I'm trying to get to the end of your questions. When will the Vito Bratta interview happen? Listen, I wouldn't hold your breath. The Bridget West interview that the world is talking about is going to happen the week after Doro Pesh. We needed a little estrogen in the lineup. You know what I mean? So we're going to have some women on the show for about time. And do you still produce estrogen after 55, Johnny?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
listen, these women are beautiful. So who cares? I wish I could produce a little estrogen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know enough about that stuff.
Rob from Skid Row. Yes, he has passed again this week. He always says next week. The two people who do that, Kane Roberts, every week is next week. Every week is next week. Eventually, I'm just going to say forget it. And Rob Affuso, it every other week. Anyway, Johnny, anything that you want to add?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just I'm playing this Thursday and Friday. And
Where you at? Maybe people in Vegas can come see you.
Okay. I'm at the MGM on Thursday and at the New York outside on Friday.
Yeah, I did that gig. It's out on a bridge, right?
They do call it the Bridge.
Yeah, it's a Brooklyn bridge. They put the good bands on the Brooklyn bridge, and they put the shit bands in like the clamshell off around the corner.
Okay.
Not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a stage, like there's a stage and everything. It faces, well, it's parallel to the boulevard.
Yeah. So anyway, people can come see you. Do these dates go on the johnnymonaco.com?
Yeah, all my dates are on my page.
Yeah. So look at that and you can see him. More importantly, go see his solo act at Aces and Ales, and he'll play some of the music that you guys like so much. And we'll have him back here. We just don't have the, we don't really have we haven't worked it out yet. We're going to work it out. Maybe we can panhandle in front of the Love It Custard, play a few songs. And I was going to grab a guitar and play my Custard song, but it was too far away.
A Custard song? That's awesome.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Mean Mr. Custard.
It's like Van Halen, like the Ice Cream Man, but it's the Custard Man. And it's,
okay. All right.
It's similar. But
tricky solo.
Yeah. I do my own thing. I'm seeing all these corny Vegas names on here. Oh, it's giving me a headache. Oh my God. No comment. No comment on any of these people.
Custard Bar.
I don't think he's playing any of these this week.
It's the MGM. It's a place called Level Up, and it's like 8 to 12, and that's it. And
yeah,
the other ones are too. And
they're and you could see some of the hacks who used to be in Sin City Sinners. They'll be there. Yeah, you can go see those guys too. And I'm sure they'll be happy if you come over and let them know that they're a bunch of hacks. Someone's saying I'm medicated, I think.
Yeah, someone else said something about that to me. Like, am I on gummies? I mean, I'm just talking right now. I don't know what I got to do. Maybe I'm a little tired. I don't know today. Started out all right.
I take my insulin at 7 p.m. It's 6:47 right now. And so, yeah, I was going to play She's My Custard Pie, but I don't know if I have my guitar. Hold on. I'll play it for you. What do you think the chance that this guitar is in tune, Johnny?
I don't think so. Nope.
It's not terrible.
The D's in tune.
No. I haven't played that song it's since my days in Warren, but that's my Custard Pie song for all of you. I don't know how Lindsey Buckingham and these guys play without a pick. I don't get it.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like bass players who play without a pick. Is that sacrilege? They always say, yeah, you're not a real bass player if you don't play with the pick. Listen, it depends on the kind of music you're playing. If you're Stanley Clarke or James Jamerson, by all means,
yeah,
finger away. But if you're playing rock and roll music, the pick is percussive. It's part of the sound. It's got to be in there.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Next week we'll jam Warren songs together, Johnny.
All right.
I'll tune up. Yeah. I'll come down to the place that sounds like a video game place. Level Up.
Oh, right. Yeah, that place. Yeah, it's a tough crowd, but they get going. It's okay. It's just a lot of work.
Video games? Is it a video game bar?
I think there are video games around that area there. Yeah.
That sounds good.
I think it used to be cafe. What's it called? Rainforest Cafe.
Oh yeah. I wish
And
they
now
played.
it's
They ruined
got
it.
games and stuff, and they're all out there playing games. Adults, they got like a big Pac-Man. That's kind of cool.
Somebody was saying that don't tell Billy Sheehan. I saw an interesting. I saw an instructional video type thing with Billy Sheehan, and he was not so ridiculous. And I saw him with Flea. I thought, oh, he's going to be an obnoxious asshole, but he wasn't. They really were talking about, even though they do ridiculous things, they gave some good advice.
Yeah, well, they're both players. I mean,
Yeah.
Everyone chooses their sound. A lot of it comes from your hand, right? So if you pick, like you said, like Motley Crue stuff is like you got to hear that pick. Whereas the stuff Billy Sheehan's playing, he's like playing lines and stuff, So I think, but he's got a great right hand. But I mean, that's like flamenco almost. I mean, the stuff he's playing.
Yeah, I'm with you. I personally would not attempt that myself, but
It'll work. Practice. Guy plays a lot.
I don't got time for that. I'm busy sitting here. What I laugh, Johnny, is this is the most popular of these rock and roll podcasts. You know that, right? Nobody has gotten to 9,500 faster than this podcast. Sometimes people get mad when I brag, but I have to make that point because there's a lot of bozos out there who get offended that the show is doing so well. They don't understand it. They say to themselves, I could have a guy from enough on to show me around his house and his fat neighbor, and we just they don't get it. Johnny, everyone has a podcast now.
Yeah.
And they all think, well, if this guy does it, I'll do it. And and then I'll go have Custard. And I don't think they get it.
That's a problem I find a lot with everyone has a podcast.
Yeah, well, and there's too many, but that's all right. The problem is, and I get asked to go on a lot of other people's podcasts, and I would like to do that at some point. But I feel like I do this show. I talk on here so many hours a week. I'm going to go on someone else's show and get 41 views. You know what I'm saying. You had to do it. You've had stuff to promote.
I mean, my podcasts are a little different, but
yours is totally different. You do humor that you work yourself. You're like the Phil Hendry or one of those guys. You know who he is?
No, who is that? I should know.
He was like this guy in LA, and he was all the voices. I might be saying his name wrong.
Okay.
But he did all the voices and all the characters, and people would listen and think it was real. You tune in and think he was having this real discussion. He was funny. Your thing is original.
I see my guy Angus Clark right here. He's a great guy. You know Angus?
Yeah, he was in AC/DC.
Not that Angus.
I'll play you some AC/DC if you want. Oh, let's see if this guitar is into.
What is happening right now? What was that?
What happened?
Did you hear that? Oh, yeah. No.
Anyway, that's not that guy.
That Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Angus is in the Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
He is that.
He is the Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
And remember Song Division?
Yes, I know a chick who fucked that up for somebody.
That's also Angus. That's also Angus.
She's evil.
Gave me the opportunity to be a part of that for a long time, and I thought it was good. I like doing that, like going around, and we did these kind of like TED Talk in interactive. We talk to the people and have them write their own songs using their own lyrics and their own concepts. And
what does Angus do now?
I believe he's still doing that, producing shows. And
how come Angus isn't calling you?
I don't know. I don't know. I was in Chicago at the time, and I think the region, something happened. Something changed with
not a big college town.
I don't know, but I liked it. I thought it was great. He's really good at it. And
well, thank you. Well, I'm glad that Angus tunes in and watches. And
good system. Yeah.
Eric Martin is a big pussy. You're asking why Eric Martin isn't on the show because he's a pussy. He He had a chance to come on the show. He was going to come on the show. He couldn't figure out how to use his fucking computer. He talks to me on the phone for an hour, and then he doesn't follow up, and he makes up excuses why he can't make it. And I tell you what it is. It's those guys in Trickster. I have the drummer on. They're all mad at him, and so now he's loyal. Trickster is the problem, I think. So anyway, I'm going to text Eric Martin right after this. He doesn't watch this, and I'm going to say, "Are you ever going to come on the show?" Because I saw him on some nitwit show the other day, talking to 12 people, and I'm going to say, "Eric Martin, do you want to come on my show and reach millions and millions, or do you want to keep talking to nitwits in your basement, living off that To Be With You song?" You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I don't know if Eric Martin. I think Eric Martin. Johnny, the problem is I say this, and then I go to these fucking festivals with PEARCY, and you know what's going to happen? Eric Martin will be going on at 1 PM with Trickster. And I'll tell you another thing about this Trickster controversy. Eric Martin is advertising Eric Martin with Trickster. It's bullshit. He's got 2 guys from Trickster in his band. He's got PJ Farley. If you saw Spies Like Us, or whatever, there's 3 amigos, Farley. But they got him, and they got the Steve Brown, whatever his name is. You can't say that's Trickster. You could say members of Trickster. If I'm the singer or I'm the drummer, I'm thinking this is a bunch of bullshit. And anyway, he said he was going to do it, and he wasted my time. But I'm going to give him one more chance, and I'm going to refer him to this interview. Do you know him?
Yeah, I toured with them a couple times.
Enough's enough, you mean?
Well, originally I went on tour with Mr. Big as a guitar tech when I was just got out of GIT. Mm-hmm. They needed someone at the last minutes. What's that?
Were you Paul Gilbert's tech?
I was both.
Richie Kotzen and Paul Gilbert, or Big Paul
Kotzen? No, Paul Gilbert and Billy Sheehan.
Okay, you were guitar / bass tech.
Yes, and I did their guitars, and that was a lot of work. These guys bring a lot of guitars, and they have a lot of tunings, and there's strings everywhere, and don't forget the juicer, and so it was a lot of work.
And Xenu.
Yeah, that's right. And then after years later, when I was in Enough's Enough, the first tour I sang on as a trio, we opened up for him because Donnie bailed the day before, and Chip was like, "Well, you want to do it? You want to sing, or do you want to cancel?" I'm like, how am I going to sing? I don't even know all the words. It's like, well, you want to learn them on the way there. So we took a bus all the way from Chicago to San Antonio. Drove all the way out there. I learned all the words. We played, and he said it was really good. You guys can do whatever you want. You want to open, you want to, come after us, before us. So we traded off a lot. So at first he was taken back, like, "Where's Donnie? What's going on?" Like, I don't know what to say about that. He's like, "Who's singing?" I'm like, "I am." He's like, "Well, I know you could sort of sing, but just kind of was hesitant." But then after he heard the set, which was our first set, it's 3-piece. The songs kind of write themselves, I'm just up there like, but it was good. And then we toured all. Denise is his wife. She was playing drums in the band.
That's right. I remember that.
And it was the Eric Martin band, and there's some other guys. I forget their names, but they were all really nice. This is like years ago.
Yeah.
And
you would be good for that band, though. You can sing and play. You would be really good for Eric Martin. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I like all those songs, and I think he's a really good singer. He plays a lot. I mean, I know. What's his name? Plays in that Steve Brown.
Who's an asshole, Johnny? This guy Chris. Every week with this guy Chris. You know what I mean?
Now what's he saying?
They confused the Winery Dogs and Mr. Big. Chris, are you an idiot? Richie Kotzen replaced Paul Gilbert and Mr. Big. Come on, get with the program.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He said that he does. He teched for both of them. I assume that he meant he's a guitar tech, meaning maybe he did the Paul Gilbert tour and he followed and did the Richie Kotzen tour. Chris, get your head out of your ass. You. And then this one here, Blabbermouth possible headline, Eric Martin KOs Jason Green. First of all, there's no E in Green, you stupid fuck. And then otherwise, Eric Martin's not going to KO me. Eric Martin is 94 years old. Come on, get real. Jesus Christ.
I know he played at the Whiskey the other night. And
Yeah, I bet.
I don't know. There was an incident. I don't know.
There was?
Something about something.
Well, give me a hint.
Someone was causing some issues in the crowd, and he yelled at somebody, and it wasn't the person that was doing it, and it was the young 15-year-old girl. Remember that girl that was in the front row at the PEARCY show?
Mm-hmm.
It was her, and she got a scalding. But then when they realized it wasn't her, they apologized. But
So Mr. Big yelled at a little girl.
I mean, I don't know the whole story. It was what I heard bits and pieces of. But yeah, I mean, it's a rough crowd, that Eric Martin crowd. They're
no, they don't fuck around. Yeah.
They're roughnecks, those people.
You don't get those Cat Stevens covers coming, they riot.
That's right. It's a tough room.
I got to find a video of this, but that is a great.
I don't know if it happened in real time or if it happened after the fact, but I guess once they settled it all out, he realized what was going on and felt bad and probably said sorry. Can we get you something?
It was the
like a doll or.
It was the other 14-year-old in the whiskey a go-go. I don't want to banish the whiskey. I like it, but why are there children hanging out at concerts?
I don't know. Maybe if you get a special stamp, then they can't serve you because they're like,
yeah.
How old are you? Like, got like a nipple in your mouth or something, and they're like,
no, they encourage nipples in the mouth at that place.
Yeah, I guess. But they're like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm not old enough to drink. Can I get a Pepsi? And they're like, give her a Pepsi. She's
Pepsi's worse for you than alcohol, probably.
And they go down there, and Eric Martin's like, what's your problem? Shut up. And she's like, I didn't say it. And then, someone behind her, World War III, is like, I said it. We're like, what? Who's that guy? Kick him out.
I think
I don't know the whole story. I don't know. I don't know the whole story, Jason. I just heard bits and pieces, and could have been worse. I could have stopped in the middle of To Be With You,
throw a bottle at her,
or had her taken out and put the boots to her.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's wow, this is heavy shit that's going on. Yeah, right in the middle of To Be With You, they're heckling.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
We're gonna have to stop the whole show. Hey, can you send Stash and Tony over there to drag her out and to make sure she gets the treatment?
That though, I mean, now Rick Martin's not going to come on, but that seems like who he'd pick a fight with. You know what I mean? Sebastian Bach would be like, dude, who threw that? You motherfucker, I'm going to come down there right now. And Eric Martin's like, listen, you little 14-year-old, I'll slap you senseless if you don't listen to these songs.
Evidently, in the end, he ended up taking her Claire's bag.
Well,
it was a huge argument, and they called an Uber and took her immediately to the mall, made her feel better. They took her to the Cheesecake Factory.
Kids love the Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, kids love heavy metal, and where'd he go? He got a text message, I think. It's probably Eric Martin telling him that you talk any more of that trash, Monaco, I'm going to come over there and I'm going to sing to you. You back, Johnny? What happened? You got a message?
Boy.
Can you hear me? Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh, hold on. He's back. Where the hell did you go?
It was Eric Martin. He's furious.
All right. Well, I had a
He's
feeling.
like, next time I sing that Cat Stevens song, I'm like, wow, that's not his name anymore. He's like, I don't care. That's what I call him. I'm like, oh. The irony of us talking about Hollywood is my friend from Hollywood, just now, my friend Eric Bradley, he's at the Guitar Center Hollywood store, just getting back to me. And every time someone calls, I get knocked off because I didn't set it up right.
Yeah, I have the do not disturb on my phone.
That's what I should have, and I forgot.
I get anxiety from the phone. You don't get anxiety from your phone?
You mean from talking on it to people?
No, I don't mind that. I when it goes off, I don't like it. I don't really want to be alerted about anything.
Oh.
I like to see it on my own terms. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
I look and I go, oh, people called, and then I can choose whether or not I want to get back into that conversation. But if I hear like ding, that's a no. And if I hear buzz and it goes all day, I don't really. There's nothing that important to me. Yeah, I have a favorites list. You can favorite people. I only have one person on it, but you know what I mean. So I don't like to. That's why I'm never interrupted by the phone.
I should shut it off. I think if you've done enough horrible things in your life, you're just wondering which pay the piper is texting you. And,
yes, there's that definitely that. Yeah,
you know, who had the same. Ted Bundy had the same problem. He never answered his phone.
I'm not supposed to talk about this Netflix thing I'm doing, but there was some talk about maybe some footage about Ron Jeremy appearing in this documentary that and I can't say anything really about it, but that the lawyers at Netflix were saying that they didn't think that they can include it, even though this is historical footage. They were saying it's too controversial. And what I was thinking is Netflix runs these documentaries about Richard Ramirez, and Ted Bundy, and people love them. And I'm thinking, like, Ron Jeremy also is still innocent until proven guilty. And so I just find it crazy that Netflix suddenly has this moral conscience. I probably shouldn't talk too much. I haven't gotten paid yet.
Well, maybe it's because it's still an ongoing thing, whereas the other guys, you know.
Maybe. But I think if you're talking about something that happened in the 1980s, and he just happens to be one of the voices. But listen, I get it. We're in a culture where nobody wants to take any chances. I hope my flight's not canceled now. And the big limo and the $1 million licensing agreement.
Sounds nice.
Anyway, yeah. Listen, it's a great project, and if it all can happen, you'll see it on your Netflix.
Okay.
From the makers of Lion King or Tiger King. But yeah. Anyway, that's a tease. That's a tease. And next Wednesday, live on this channel, me and Johnny Monaco live from Love It Custard. Not a sponsor. Hopefully afterwards they will be, and that'll be great. And then, as you know, I've talked about this a little bit. This week, this Saturday, it's just a few days away, I am going to be hosting a virtual meet and greet with Stephen PEARCY. All you do is you sign up over at Whatnot. It's free to sign up. And not only is it free to sign up, they give you 10 beans towards your first purchase. And here, I'll share that with you right now so you can see it. Get over there, get your account, get it ready. It's really easy. The link is here. It's also in the description. You're going to get $10, and then you got that. And then you'll tune in and you'll see the Voice of RATT, Stephen PEARCY, and you can pick out all kinds of cool collectible merchandise. Some of it with Johnny Monaco himself drove across town. So you want to get that. And then, of course, the Don't Waste Any More Time singles competition. Get your songs in. We're looking forward to hearing them. I joke around a lot. I kind of make a rule about not insulting people who are like writing songs or whatever. I was writing a song with a guy, and he had a list of ideas. And I feel like if you make fun of people for having stupid ideas, they won't give you ideas anymore. And so you want to be in a safe space. And also, you never know when your idea is the stupid idea. But this guy had a list of titles, and one of them was Titty Bomb. And, and I won't say the person's name, but I thought to myself, Titty Bomb. And I said, Zach, that's ridiculous. Why would you, who would have a title that's so stupid? Anyway, needless to say, Titty Bomb never got made, but we did write a few other songs together that are available out there in the,
it's a good title.
In the world. You might have a Titty Bomb. Stephen PEARCY event starts at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That means 6 p.m. on the East Coast. And if you're in the mountains or the Central, you'll have to do the math. You'll do the math yourself, but it's going to be a lot of fun and all kinds of cool stuff that he'll sign and talk to you while he's doing it. It's a fun event. If it goes well, we're going to do it again. I really want to get Johnny to do it, and I think he will. And we'll have some of his music available, and you can buy it, and he can sign it for you, and all those other things. But my point I was making about not insulting musicians is that, listen, I want to see people give us their best stuff. I know some stuff's going to be bad, but some stuff might be great and might be amazing, and these bands are waiting for a chance, and we're going to push the hell out of it. And so, who knows? There could be some great stuff. So I thank Golden Robot Records for sponsoring this show. I thank them for putting out new music constantly in a time when we need all kinds of new music. And then, of course, the deal. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Go over to Johnny Monaco's Facebook page, his Instagram, give it a like, give it a follow. Go to his website, find out the dates. Listen to the music and go to Spotify. I mean, I think if you're not already a Johnny Monaco fan, you will become one. I can tell you that maybe Enough's Enough is not making the same music anymore that they were, the quality that they were making with Donnie or with Johnny, but Johnny's solo music will make up for what you might be missing. Not saying that Chip's got marbles in his mouth, but I think you will enjoy it. Anyway, I think we've talked enough. We've kept 100 people plus here for 2 hours. And I'm excited. Next week, Johnny, you and I.
Okay.
I love it. Custard.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be good. I want some custard.
Yeah. How can we go wrong with it?
No. We'll get the small ones. We'll split it up. We'll get like a tray, and we'll try as many as we can.
Should I argue with this person real quick?
Who is this?
All right, hold on. Blanco. That means white. He says, if I like Avril Lavigne, he hosts I'm not judging the music submitted to Golden Robot.
Oh, I mean, come on.
Where do I start?
You can't with these people.
Avril Lavigne is multi-platinum. Avril Lavigne has influenced a ton of people to do the same shit she does, whether you like her or not. Maybe she's not meant for you. Maybe you're an adult or whatever, but at the time, Avril Lavigne got an entire generation into her look, into her songs. They were fucking catchy songs. Then she married Nickelback, and I know that's the cool thing to hate. I don't know if she married the whole band, but and she wrote some hit songs with them. So if we're looking for someone who's going to give us a hit song, I think recognizing Avril Lavigne as talented is not that ridiculous. If that upsets you, I like the Spice Girls as well. So and Billie Eilish. And all that shit, you know, there's a reason those things work because it appeals to somebody. Part of judging this is me and Johnny are not judging it for us. If it was the music we wanted to hear, that's a different game. We're looking for someone who has a chance to survive in this business, right?
Of course, you need to be aware of other, styles. And just because maybe you don't like it or it's not for you, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to judge if it's good or not. I mean, I would think you'd want your judges to do that as opposed to being one-dimensional and only into what they're into.
Right. So,
of course you want to be fair and there's multiple styles of music out there. There's so many things nowadays. I mean, Avril's songs, she did a lot. I mean, those songs are cool. I mean, I used to play Girlfriend in a couple of the cover bands.
See? And she wrote with a duo, the famous duo. I forgot their names. The Dust Brothers or the Chemical Brothers, the Yin Yang. Who knows? She wrote with other people. Who cares?
Yeah.
She's got a thing. She's marketable. If we can discover somebody who's got something like that, I'd be more than happy. And you know what? And if some people are mad about it, that's good too. I got to remind everyone watching that this is not just the Trickster channel. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people would like me just to talk about Trickster and shit bands like that. And that's not what it's about. It's about all kinds of different things and different diversity. I would be happy to discover the next Justin Bieber as well. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Sure.
There's a band called BTS. Are you familiar with this?
I am. And initially I thought that was something else. But yes, I know what that is now. And I've watched them. They're pretty on point.
I don't know too much about it. But what I do know is they're Korean. And the music is called K-pop. And they changed their members like Menudo, I believe. Anyway, They are playing 4 nights at Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah,
4 nights.
I know. That's crazy.
Metallica's
Right?
not playing 4 nights. The Rolling Stones can't play 4. Paul McCartney doesn't play 4 nights.
Hugely
BTS.
popular. Hugely popular.
Yeah. And so the point is, if we're judging on music, you know what I mean? Half the things that we like wouldn't even make it. I'm looking for someone who's got a chance in this mean, awful, horrible business.
Yeah.
And that means Korean boys, you know?
I mean, I listen to a bunch of the tunes, and it kind of reminds me of like, you know, Backstreet or NSYNC, but with a current edge. And there's some dubstep and some dance. There's a lot of dancing and choreographed stuff going on.
There's a concert coming up here, and Michelle and I were discussing it, and we said, this is a show we got to bring Johnny to. And I can't remember what it is. If she's watching, she'll tell me. But I said this would be a funny thing to film for reaction. So it must have been something slightly ridiculous. Although I wanted to go see the New Kids on the Block. I've seen them before, but my good friend Tiffany, she discovered them. Did you know that?
No.
She also dated Jonathan Knight. Jonathan Knight is now gay. I don't think it was her fault. Yeah, it happens. It happens. That's not a secret. He's out of the closet and proud. Anyway, when Michelle reminds me, Johnny, I'll tell you, and we'll do an episode of that place.
Okay.
Too. As much as I wrap it up, people just keep coming back with more. It might have been Donny Osmond, maybe. Do you like Donny Osmond?
Well, yeah, Crazy Horses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might have been Donny Osmond.
I mean, I seen a billboard of him somewhere down the street. Looked good. Teeth look good.
Yeah, he's a.
I mean, yeah, the Osmonds. I mean, I grew up listening to that stuff. I mean, I haven't listened in a while, but I like all the 70s stuff and like late 70s.
People said they'd like to see you live stream while we drive to the show, and I think that.
Yeah, but they're implying that I'm going to get lost again, like I'm an idiot. Listen, first of all,
I don't think you're an idiot, but there's a chance you get lost again.
I just moved here, and it's in a weird area down there on the strip. Okay, and I was live streaming, so I didn't have my navigation on, so I was kind of going by feel. That being said, this Custard place isn't in the middle of the strip. It's out in Henderson somewhere, right? Is that right?
Downtown. It's kind of by where Scotty Griffin lives, I think.
Oh, it's downtown?
Okay. I think so.
Okay, then I guess there is a possibility I might get lost.
I think it's an easy place to find. I think it's all right.
Yeah, but
you also didn't use GPS because you were doing the show with me.
That's what I said. But it's like, I mean, ultimately, you know, now if someone said where to go, I could probably figure it out. I just wasn't sure how, if I overshot, I came back, you were there. But
let me address these things before I go. I got a piss.
This
he says, talk about Doro, not Avril. Well, I talk about Doro. In fact, I talked to Doro this Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and somebody says that Tiffany is from La Mirada. I don't know where that is, but I know that Tiffany is actually from. She grew up right next to a place called Golf and Stuff from the Karate Kid, where they go on the first date in the Karate Kid, and the first McDonald's right across the street, and it is the hometown of the Carpenters. It's called Norwalk.
I love the Carpenters.
Yeah. If we ever go to Norwalk, I will show you these great places. Golf and Stuff, for one. You got to see. If you're a fan of the Karate Kid, you've got to go to Golf and Stuff. And then the Carpenters, the home where Karen Carpenter passed.
You're kidding me? Oh, that's terrible.
And then the Carpenters owned an apartment building, and they had them on matching sides of the street, and they still have the names of their songs. The buildings were named after Carpenters songs, and
I love that.
And then the world's oldest McDonald's is there. This is the real Ray Kroc.
I thought McDonald's. That one was in Displays.
This is the last one that's left of the oldest ones.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a little museum next to it. Hey, Vulcan Presents, thank you so much. Vulcan Presents would like Johnny.
$5.
That's sweet. And not necessary at all.
Not necessary. That chick was so cool. She was such a positive force, and she was so nice, and she was on point and knew what she was talking about. So I feel bad about the $5.
Yeah, well, that's nice. We'll make up to it. Yeah.
Long ago. No, I don't. That's too hard. Do you guys know the Carpenters out there? The kids know the Carpenters.
Well, they got Christmas songs that they play every year too.
Oh, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
I played the Carpenters tune at Aces and Nails the other night, and
There they
crickets.
Yeah.
Except, well, a couple of people got it. They were like, telling me, "Boy, that Carpenters tune was great." I'm like, "Oh, she got it." But that song's like, do you know this one? Long ago, and oh, so far away, I fell in love with you before the second show. You know that one? You probably don't know
No.
it. It's called Superstar, and it's a huge song back in the day, but she sang great, and she played the drums even better. And
She was some drummer.
What's that?
She was some drummer.
Oh man, she's great. And then the brother wrote the songs all with her, and
he's still alive, right?
I think so.
I think he's out of the limelight, though. I think probably can live off that music forever.
That's right. I mean, those songs are classic. I mean, there's a lot of good ones. I mean, they had a handful of hits. The Carpenters, they have an album, The Best Of, and it has all their hits on it. That's
usually what those best ofs have. Usually, the best of has the hits.
Yesterday, Once More, Rainy Days and Mondays. You know that one?
Oh, that's a good one. I know that one.
Goodbye to Love. Say goodbye to love. No one ever cared if I should live or die. That one's really good. And they did a version of
Downey. That's where it is. Downey. Downey is where James Hetfield lived. That's the town where the Carpenters live.
California, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Downey is the city that they lived in. I feel like it would be weird. You know, you're playing at these Aces and Ales. There's probably a bunch of fatsos eating greasy burgers while listening to the Carpenters. You know.
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, I was playing whatever, and I was mixing it up, and then it just was on my list and happened to be there. And I mean, the people that got it liked it, but I mean, I could have played whatever, and they wouldn't have turned around. So I don't know, because I played California Love after that, and still nothing.
Yeah, you have a well-rounded set list.
I mean, I thought I did, but evidently I'm not doing something right.
Listen, this is Vegas. They want to hear "Pour Some Sugar on Me."
Oh, I know that one.
Well, we've only just begun. I know that one.
We've only just begun. Yes.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, it's a good one too.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll go see The House She Died At and make an episode out of it.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, I mean, those songs are not easy. A lot of chords. You want to learn about music, kind of like write one of those out or try to transcribe it and tell me what keys things are in and what all the cadences are. There's a lot going on in those songs.
Yeah. I just got a text message from Stephen PEARCY who says he's excited about the upcoming signing. He's going to start promoting it. I call him the boss, not Bruce Springsteen. That's because Bruce Springsteen doesn't pay me. Anyway, okay. That's how it goes. So anyway, so we're all excited. I'm glad we stayed and chatted. These things warm up. You know what I mean? Whenever I come on, I go, I got nothing to say today. Nothing at all to say. And I go, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, but Golden Robot is relying on me, paying me. And this audience is relying on some humor. They're here to have, they're sick of hearing the same shit. The other day I put on the Sirius XM and they got these DJs. I get Sirius XM so I don't have to hear fucking DJs. Who cares? Just play music. There was some guy, the Rick the Wolf or some shit. I don't know who he is. And then Eddie Trunk's blabbering on the other channel. I like Eddie Trunk. Give him a talk channel. I don't need him in between my music telling me about what he did for Ace Frehley. Who cares? I like the guy. I really do. He's my buddy. He lives here in Vegas. But give him a talk channel and just play music. This is not about music. We're here to entertain, and people need entertainment. and we are going to we're going to do it if it's the last thing we do.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, I might have been a little off today. I don't know. I wasn't tired originally, and then someone
Michelle is
mentioned it.
fighting in the comments. I think she is because she likes Riley's LA Guns. I'm going to tell you right now. This is right from the whore's mouth. Riley's LA Guns is better than those shitty LA Guns records that they put out. The Missing Hairpiece and whatever they're called. They play the same shitty riffs over and over again. Tracy Guns has played the same songs and they just remix them. The guy in the wig sucks. And the Riley record, I don't think it sounds exactly like an LA Guns record, but I enjoy that it's a spite band. You know that? It's a spite band. And it exists to piss off the other band. And I haven't heard anything good. LA Guns put out a song called Speed. And I remember saying to somebody who was on the show the other day, I'm sick of people who write about fast cars and chicks. It's corny. It's dated. Who the fuck cares? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And anyway, I get sidetracked when I get into this. Classic LA Guns, sure. You want to listen to the first records where they ripped off Rat and Paul Morris Black wrote the songs, who will be on the show very soon. Then we'll get into that. Anyway, if you want to discuss it, some people are trying to say it's hair extensions. I'm telling you right now, a person who toured with LA Guns, he was a rhythm guitar player. He was in a very famous band that I'm not going to mention, Faster Pussycat. He told me that Tracy Guns showed him a wig kit. He called it a wig kit. It was a box that had two-sided tape, and it was a wig. And so I'm not going to give up my source, Faster Pussycat, and tell you that. And I like Tracy Guns, by the way. Oh, thank you, Susie. I appreciate that. Susie just contributed $9.99 to the Custard. Me and Johnny are going to have $400 worth of Custard. Everything you guys give us is going right to the Custard, and we are just going to keep ordering. Johnny, I don't care if we order $1,000. If they send it, we're going to order $1,000 worth of.
Oh my God! Custard. I mean, I think that cherry one looks good. I mean, vanilla's probably good. I don't want to think about it until it's happening because it's a week away.
I have to think about it because I can't. I'll stand there for 2 hours looking at the board, and it might be like the Custard Nazi, where if you're not prepared, no custard for you.
Yeah, it's tricky. Probably it's like ordering a KFC. They're like looking at me with this blank stare. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. There's like choices. If you go with the breast, with the leg, and then you get the side, or do you just get it all in the box, or there's dark meat, white meat? This comes with a drink, but I don't really want a drink, so can I substitute that? There's fry. It's a mess.
Blanco is trying to say, Blanco must be one of the scabs in LA Guns, trying to say that I said it was an extension kit. Listen, I don't know what the fuck. I'm just telling you what the guy told me, who I'm not going to name what band he was in, Faster Pussycat. He told me that it was called a wig kit. What do you want? What are you arguing with me for? You see this? This is real hair. This is real. I promise you. You come to see a Stephen PEARCY show, and I will let you run your fingers through it. And Johnny Monaco's as well, if he's up for that.
It's kind of.
And if you read Stevie Rochelle's tour diary, he talks about going to get hair things. He was using extensions in the back, and he said he went to the place where they made Tracy Guns wig. Listen, come on. Let's be real. Enough's enough with Johnny, Donnie, Chip, and Vic would have been great opening for Def Leppard, Crew, and Poison. I think it would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
But listen, it's not.
I'm sure the Raskins will do fine.
Those guys go on before the doors open, I heard.
I don't know. I don't even know who that is.
Showtime 7:00, Raskins 6:30.
I just saw a picture somewhere, and I didn't know what was happening. It's good. Fine.
Listen, I could argue with these morons all day long, unless you're a Patreon, and then then you're right, I'm wrong. But most people, by the way, they do these podcasts. I don't even like that term. But whatever. And all I say to myself is they don't have to deal with these idiots. You know what I mean? They don't have to listen to these idiots.
They're nitpicking. Wigs, extensions. I mean, they're
yeah. Yeah. We're grasping at wigs here. It's
I mean, I can
ridiculous.
understand, if you lose your hair, your hair's falling out, and you still want to go up there and look, kind of cool. And I mean, Jeff Tate's not worried about it, but if you want to go up there and still look cool, so what else can you really do? I mean, you gotta, you put a wig on. I don't know. I wear wigs a lot, but usually it's just to disguise myself when I go see other bands or I'm walking around the mall trying out a new character.
Mm-hmm.
But one day
I went to that mall by your house the other day. I should have called you. I know how much you like to browse the mall. Yeah.
Town Square.
Oh, that's the one you go to?
No, that's the one I live near. I went to that other one.
I went to the other one. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
I went to.
I stand that well.
They sell lots of T-shirts of a guy named Nipsey Hussle. That's a big thing there. I noticed in the mall. Every store has got Nipsey.
Yeah,
Nipsey Hussle.
I know. I figured out what that was eventually. I thought they were talking about the old actor.
Yeah, the great Counting Man himself. Yeah.
Nipsey Russell, but I guess it's a play on words. I'm from the suburbs. I don't need to know that.
Yes, but yeah. Anyway, listen. I'm okay with whoever wants to wear a wig, and here's a good one. I don't get enough people complain, right? Don't say it out loud. I always wait for people to be idiots. Howard Stern, when he moved to Sirius, people who pay for the service aren't going to call up and say stupid shit. But on here, I figured the same thing. Why would you click on my video if you didn't like what I was doing? How did you stumble in here? This is Miles Martin.
Is this what he put, this Miles Martin guy?
Yeah, he said, and I quote, "Y'all niggas is gay." And
that photo isn't helping his.
And then there's this shirtless guy who looks like he's the most flaming, and maybe he's inviting us.
It's fake. It's probably Ryan Johnson. No, it's fake.
You think?
Yeah. That's not real. Because this is not. Obviously, we're obviously not gay. Gay people.
And obviously, we're not. You can't use the N-word anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think that's him saying that's how, in his circle of vaping friends, they throw that word around like man.
He didn't use the hard ER though. He used the
right.
The
and that's the thing I've been hearing lately. When I hear someone say something, they're like, "Hard," like some girl and that's a hard yes. I can't with that. It's like shut up. Hard yes. This, I used to do that all the time. TPF. Hard R. Shut up. Oh, I guess we lost you. Yeah, I don't like the way I look today. This lighting is not working out for me. Let me just lower this a little bit. Is this better? It's too bright in here. Okay, yeah, Nipsey Russell, that's right. Jason had to take a minute. He's probably counting my Custard money. It's like 2 for me, 1 for him. 3 for me, 1 for him. 4 for me. I'm gonna have so much Custard. So everybody, thanks for sticking around on the show here. I'm not sure if Jason got into an altercation with Eric Martin. I know Eric is homing mechanical homing device birds that will hone in if mentioned. It will stream right to the tack.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. I thought you were being Eric Martin's homing birds.
Yeah, no. And by the way, you can have all the Custard you want. You can order from column
I'm on a diet.
Column B. You can have toppings. Listen, I need to lose a little weight myself. I'll be out on the road all year, and I'm going to be in places where you got to wear, less clothing, nudist places. And so Custard's probably not the best thing for me either, but this will be like our goodbye to Custard. And hello. You say hello to Custard and goodbye to Custard.
You say goodbye and I say goodbye, goodbye, oh Custard.
Didn't Led Zeppelin
What happened?
didn't Led Zeppelin steal a song about Custard for some old black guys?
You're talking about Custard?
I don't know. Doesn't Led Zeppelin have a custard pie song? Is that them?
They certainly do.
Yeah.
It's
And
off of Physical Graffiti.
I'm sure they stole it from some old black man. No?
It's kind of a blues
You
song.
can't play it like that. That's an easy offense. I'll be up all night editing that.
But I heard that someone was playing it upstairs, coming through the vents, along with the nanotechnology that are infiltrating.
We better sign off. We're going to get in trouble. After that guy said us niggas is gay,
Oh my Lord.
You know what's
That's
funny
so funny,
is
though.
he's still less obnoxious than Chris, that guy. You know what I mean?
It's somebody, we are somebody in the industry, or I'm not saying it was Steve Brown, or it's that what being somebody though. Y'all, I don't like that either. That's like a hip thing to be like, all or hey guys. It implies like you have this, and you're not just building to yourself on your Instagram.
I know a guy who say that all the time. You go, "Hey guys, what's happening? You know, how's it going?"
Hey guys.
Yeah, he was in Faster Pussycat. He was in Faster Pussycat.
I don't know anything about that.
Anyway, we better wrap up. We're giving away too much free entertainment.
All right. Well, your guy's back, so
yeah. Who's back?
This guy.
Huh?
I know where my girl's next. I know where my girl's next time. Miles Martin. He's back.
Oh, Miles. Yeah,
Next time I'm going to light up a spliff.
He said it's all love, man. All love.
So, there you go, man.
I'm all right with it. Listen, I think he's fine. I don't really censor this forum. If people want to chat,
if someone opens up with opening up with that line and then coming back with that one, that's kind of like keeping you on the hook. It's like, you know, you're coming out firing and then dial it back going, you guys are all right. By the way, I'm going to blow your house up.
So, it could be. All right, I'm going to shoot insulin. That's what everyone's waiting for.
Oh, no, I don't want to see that. Last time I was passed
I did it already. Yeah. It's in the refrigerator. It's in the refrigerator this time.
It's coursing through your veins. All right.
It's going to be cold. Like Custard.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we done
next Wednesday, right here, Golden Robots Records presents us having Custard. Can't sell it any better.
Two frags.
You know, it would be fun, like to play us off. Good night, everyone.